Ahem. Microphone test. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Good day. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the Admyrers Anonymous Advice Corner. Hello. It's me, your boss, WyvernhART. Sorry. Oh wow. Oh my. Good day, everyone. Good day to all my loyally employed admirers. Looking good. Thank you very much. So I hope you've all been doing well. My voice is doing a little bit better today. I'll try still not to overdo it, but we have a lot of talking involved today because I will be reading your submissions to the Admyrers Anonymous Advice Corner, where you can ask me questions or bring up, questions, complaints with your boss. These submissions are indeed anonymous, but it has been vetted by the team of moderators. Thank you kindly for vetting it for me. And yeah, I will be answering to the best of my ability. Depending on the question, there may or may not be some things I will not be able to answer, but again, I will do my best to. Good morning. We're employed. You have been for the longest time. What are you talking about? Anyway, sorry, I have some candy in my mouth. Just put it over to the other side. All right. So, is the music too loud, by the way, or are we good? Oh yeah, one thing about my throat, my voice, is that I can't speak as loudly as I normally do. So I am speaking somewhat softer. And I did try to get some recordings done today. Just because the deadline is looming and I don't really have that much time to wait for myself to get better. But one other thing I noticed while I was recording is that I don't have the full range of control over my voice. So volume seems good. Okay, that's good. That one button is holding on for dear life. Indeed, it is. Volume works. All right. Then without further ado, let's get into the questions, shall we? I don't think these are necessarily chronological. I'm just going through the summary version of the form. So, all right. Let's see. Our first question is to our esteemed boss and daddy. I have a problem involving the sunk cost fallacy that only a truly wicked, cunning, and devious... Hang on, I need to bring this over to the screen. And devious mind could unravel. Alas, you'll have to do... Excuse me? Oh, sorry. Hang on. I have been working on a project for a long time, convinced by the people I work with and work for that it's been perpetually 2 weeks from being profitable enough to pay out bonuses, or similar phrasing. I've had a number of lean and troubled months cutting corners with my health, but the promise of an exceptional commission that would more than make up for it has kept me going. Now checks are being mailed, paperwork is being processed, but it feels like more of the same build-up to keep me excited and toiling away. If it's not just hype to get me excited and keep me working once again, then it'll finally put me back on track once this work is done. But if it's going to be another letdown, I should cut my losses and find other work before things get further out of hand. What should I do if I feel like I can't trust the situation anymore, boss? Are there any questions I should ask or tests I can make to work out the right path forward? Sincerely, your loyal goon. Okay, so let me boil it down to what I understand is that you are currently in an employment situation wherein you're basically being told like, oh, you'll be able to see the fruits of your labor soon enough. It'll be here eventually. And then it gets kind of just like pushed back and it's kind of vague, yes? And you are hoping that, and you're hoping that, what's it called? That you actually will get these fruits of your labor because it seems like things are being filed and whatnot, but you are nervous that it might not actually be it. First and foremost, if you're working without being paid and you're not an intern, heck, if you're not getting a what's it called, an allowance, that's illegal in most places, I think. So you have like every right to, you know, exercise your rights, I think. I'm no lawyer, but I'm pretty sure that working with under a contract without payment or proper, what's it called? And again, I'm not a lawyer, so please don't take this as legal advice. However, what I can answer, so you're wondering if you should get out or push through, or what you should do if you're feeling nervous about the situation. Always have a backup plan. That is very important. So have job listings on hand. Have things that you've applied to. Not speaking from experience, but speaking from my evil cohorts' experience, especially the older generals. The older generals that have raised me have told me that even with what are they called, clauses? It's not a non-compete. What are they called? Like, is it exclusivity? Most people still look for jobs even while they are employed anyway. Especially if you're not making ends meet. I feel like, you know, it's reasonable to keep a job on deck, you know? Compensation is basically what you are owed or what is due to you for working. So for example, if I worked at McDonald's, my compensation is my salary and whatever benefits they may have, if McDonald's even has any. I've never worked at a McDonald's before. So yeah, always have a backup plan, not just in terms of employment, but also your savings plan. For example, how much money do you have left and how are you going to budget it? That is very important. Like, list down all of your expenses. Be more wary of the things that you buy, how much you have left. If you have a card, keep thorough track of that. That's very important. When I am particularly tight on money, I carry the calculator app on my phone when I'm going like grocery shopping, and then I will like list down everything I buy and calculate it before I get to the cashier. And so if it's getting a little too close to my limit, I'll like take stuff out and put them away before like forcing myself to get them at the cashier, you know? So there is that. But yeah, definitely have a backup plan. Also, if you have any people you can rely on, or if you have any contacts at any other places that could help you secure a job or at least help you keep financially stable, do make use of those contacts. Do not be ashamed. Things like this happen, and the ones who help you through it are the real ones. So that's my advice to you. I hope you make it through smoothly. Don't worry, the world is not going to end. And also, things may seem very rough right now, but if you take proper steps, it'll work out. I have been in many a situation where I too am scraping by. So yeah. Let me see, what's the next one? Okay, this next one reads, "Hello, boss. It may come as a surprise, but I have more than one boss. One that pays me the money that I pay you for this job. And I'm also trying to become my own boss with some personal projects I'm working on. The problem I'm having is that between working my job, which drains my energy, and watching streams that regain my energy, I've barely any time to work on anything else. You're a boss. You must have tons of experience with being your own boss. Any tips or tricks on how to manage time and prioritize real responsibilities and personal projects to stop yourself from feeling like you never make any progress? Thank you for the boss." I do, in fact, have a lot of experience in terms of being my own boss. Yes, I have helmed a freelancing position, being my own manager, etc., for a long time. So let me see. Time management is difficult. And yes, it's especially difficult if, you know, your majority of your time is taken up by a full-time job, and then you just want to rest and relax when you get home, right? I think, personally, it is a tough pill to swallow, but some sacrifices may have to be made. you could compromise and say, have some days where instead of your relaxed time, you dedicate it to your projects. And then on other days, you dedicate it to resting after your job. Let me see. How did I... Well, another thing that helps a lot is if you have the means to... How do I put this? Have your basic needs met. So say, for example, you order food instead of prepping it, or you eat out. Because also taking care of yourself is very time consuming as well. So if you can find ways to make that faster, more convenient, usually at the cost of money, unfortunately, yeah, it'll give you more time, but you'll lose money. You know that whole triangle of like, I have time and money but no energy, or like I have time and energy but no money. You know, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a fine balance, and you'll have to tweak it every now and then. I would say that, you know, absolutely no hard feelings whatsoever. Go ahead and take some of that time and money away from these streams and use it on yourself, because the best kind of investment you can make is the investment you make in yourself. Now, yes, while I appreciate, you know, anything and everything, the time or the money or the energy that you guys give me, again, you should be your own first priority, okay? That's very important. Now, you can't be a good Admyra employee. You can't be a good goon if you're not taking care of yourself, okay? I am simply here to boss you around and tell you what to do. So, but you will be the one responsible for taking care of yourself. And if you have some goals you want to attain, definitely focus on that. And some other things for goals, break them down into achievable plans. It's very easy to get overwhelmed when there's a lot going on, and you know, you don't know where to start. Yeah, overwhelmed. And anyway, so how do I put this? Identify what your goal is. Say, for example, I want to learn how to play the piano, for example. And then, all right, so where do I start? So I could be like, I can examine my schedule first and see how much is taken up by what in a day. For example, say I worked a 9 to 5, and then there's an extra hour of commute in the morning and an extra hour of commute at night, right? So that's, how many hours is a 9 to 5? It's 8, right? Wait, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 8 hours plus 2, that's 10 in total. So that leaves you with about 14 hours left in the day. And you know, you have to consider meals and whatnot. Make your schedule visual, and then like see where you can insert time for, like, say for example, like the piano lessons I mentioned. For example, if you're going to factor in if you're going to commute there or not, also for, say, for example, piano lessons, right? In my case, I'd say it's way more convenient to learn it online by yourself, so you can cut out any extra things that would consume your time. Let me see, what else? And then, yeah, basically plan your week to week, and then like for the steps towards your goal specifically, break them down. Like, say for example, like this week I'm going to set aside this much time to practice the basics of hand movements, etc. And then once I feel comfortable enough with that, I can move on to the next thing, blah blah blah. You don't have to plan it out for like a whole year. You can take it chunk by chunk, okay? But yeah, I think that's what I have in terms of advice for you. When I used to juggle like 3 jobs at once, and it's hard. It's not easy. You will sacrifice things. In my case, I sacrifice social life. I rarely see any of my evil cohorts, like, at all. A lot less before, even till now. So, yeah, just cycle through it, right? This is why I stream a lot when I'm doing something else and I have it on in the background. Yeah, it's an effective way of consuming streams, being somewhat present, watching streams while you're doing something. It's definitely good advice, even though I wish the answer was actually there's 4 more hours of the day under your bed. If you sacrifice sleep, sure, but then you're going to be harming your health, which is not worth it, right? If you can, take advantage of vacation leave, sick leaves perhaps. I mean, maybe not the sick leaves because you might actually need those, but if you can, if you have vacation leave, it might work, right? All right, I think that's everything I have for this question. Thank you very much for your submission. Now, let me see. Hang on. Let me drink some water. The candy is like making my inner cheeks like rough. Okay. So, our next question, or rather submission, is: I apologize if this is poorly written because I'm cobbling this together so late, like in the deadline extension late since I initially wasn't going to submit anything, lol. But do you have any advice for someone dealing with an aggressively perfectionist mindset? I feel like I can always improve my creative output, which I think is generally a good thing, but I'm always editing, restructuring, etc. my work down to the wire. This typically leads to me either putting out something that I am unsatisfied with a lingering feeling that I could do better, or in the case of personal projects with no deadline imposed, a perpetually delayed release stuck in work-in-progress limbo. And these feelings sort of stick with me regardless of public reception of my work. So even if it's lauded, I focus on my own personal criticisms. I spot with I could have totally done this here better, or maybe it would have been better if I did X thing differently, sort of mindset. I guess maybe internally because I'm hyper aware of my own peaks and troughs in potential. Thank you for your time. I totally get it. I totally get it. I think I am similar. It's just that I have managed to shift my mindset a bit. So let me tell you that in regards to creating things, I still feel very, how do I say, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. That feeling never has gone away with me. However, the way I deal with it now is I'd much rather create and finish something and have it out and be dissatisfied with it than not have anything at all. Because what I can do next time is take what I've learned and criticized from, say, like an art piece that I've made and apply my learnings to the next one. Now, they may not be the same piece, but at least I have the experience and, you know, the experience, both physical and mental, to basically bring it over to the next thing. And I feel like that's the best way to push forward, because letting things sit and work in progress feels kind of sad, you know? Like when I see things and I feel like I regret that I'm not finishing them, which is why, like, nowadays, like, sure, I still have whips. That's normal. It's normal, especially, you know, if you have a lot of stuff sitting around, that's normal. But I think as long as you can take what you've learned and keep bringing it forward and keep making things, it'll work out. And I guess, yes, it doesn't exactly matter too much what other people say. Now, if somebody has helpful feedback, then that's great. You can integrate it if you want. But I do think that in the journey of creation, whatever it is that you're making, or the journey of honing your skills, it is a journey that you will have mainly with yourself. Now, it will be hard to please yourself, but have you ever seen that graph about what's it called? The graph of improvement. Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Or is it the graph of learning? Where is it? It's like a wiggly line. Ah, here we go. The infographic of knowledge versus skill. Hang on, let me save this image. Please don't be okay. It's not a WebP file, thank God. Hang on. Let me bring this in. All right, here. But so let me minimize this for you. So knowledge is the red line, skill is the blue line. So when your skill is... Sorry, I'm going to cover you for a bit, chat. So when the gap between your knowledge and skill causes this perception, for example, your skills are pretty low and your perception, like you feel like you suck because you're able to see and comprehend skills being put out at a higher level, but you don't reach it yet. And then when you continue to practice and hone your skills to reach that, you'll reach a point where you feel confident. But then when you are more confident in your skills, you will aim for a higher level of competency, yes? And then with that higher level of competency, your ability to perceive and the things that you know will cause a gap between the skill that you have. They don't God, what's the term? They don't go together at the same time. It takes a while for the skill itself to catch up. So where's the part where I'm a savant and my skills are higher than my knowledge? Oh, hang on, sorry. Candy's making my mouth really rough. Hang on. Owie. So about that, about just going off of vibes. Who are you? You think you're Fujiwara Takumi from Initial D? That doesn't happen to everybody. I think... I'm not entirely sure if it's like biological or like a skill as well, but just being able to intuitively do something apparently is a bit rare to come by. Oh, hang on. Give me a second. I need to flatten this piece of candy because it's cutting my tongue. Hang on. Or maybe I should just chew it. You know what? Maybe I'll just chew it. Okay, now it's not cutting my tongue anymore. Or it might if I leave it like this. Hang on. Don't do this at home, kids. Do not chew candy. Well, to be fair, my piece was kind of thin already, so it was fine. If your skill is higher than your knowledge, your skill is far less likely to go up because you don't know how to prove. Yes, that is true. That's true. I feel like what's a good comparison? I only really have art to compare to. Okay, I have two different skills. One that I'm very, very familiarized with, which is illustrating, and then one where I just completely go intuitively, which would be singing. And singing and I guess you could say ad-lib making. You know, oh, did you know that for Fish and I's cover of Lion from Macross, I was the one who made all of those ad-lib harmonies that you hear in the beginning and at the chorus and like the final note at the end. Yeah, Fish left it up to me to make that. So now I feel that with harmony making, although like for example Fish tells me I'm very good at it, I feel like I've hit a plateau because I don't actually know what I'm doing. I'm not kidding. I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of like, okay, I'll keep singing it and bashing my head against the wall until it sounds about right. And eventually I reach there. But there are a lot of times that you guys just don't see that I've made a bunch of stuff that I think sounds really crappy and I just like leave it and I either take it out or I don't do the cover anymore. And I don't know how to improve it because I have not spent time on music theory. Now, I'm pretty sure that if I learned music theory and maybe spent the time to learn a digital audio workspace and actually figure out chords, then maybe I'd be able to make ad-lib harmony stuff a lot better, a lot faster. And let me see. But currently I'm at a plateau and I'm just doing the same thing over and over. However, with illustrating, although currently my skill has kind of fallen off track again, previously when I was studying very hard and I was watching a lot of artists and studying their skills and reading their tutorials, I could feel that whole, my knowledge growing wider, deeper, than my skills could catch up with. And then eventually they would catch up. And then I look for the next thing to absorb and blah, blah, blah. Which is why up till now, I think I have... I feel like I might have lost both knowledge and skill. They both fell. I think I retained my skills, but the fact that I've lost some knowledge makes it a bit difficult for me to direct the way that I use my skill. Yeah, so it's tough. It's tough. Yeah. But we kind of went off topic, didn't we? But actually no, it's still kind of on topic. It's about how to deal with your own self-criticism. I guess also remember and remind yourself to be kind to yourself. Now, you can feel like, ugh, I could have done this better. But don't forget to also tell yourself, you know what? Yeah, I can do this better next time. I'll pat yourself on the back and be like, I'll make sure I work hard to be able to do it next time. And I'll, you know, help myself out to reach that goal. So I think that's all I have for this submission as well. Thank you kindly for submitting. Now let me see. Next submission is, I've slowly turned into the odd goon out because most of my friends and family have partners and relationships, but I've been playing the game of life solo for so long that I don't know how I'd handle duo Q. Any tips for a goon trying to find a partner in innocuous positive crime? Did I pronounce that right? Innocuous? I think so. Okay, you know, I think you should be flexing that you're I think you should be flexing that you're single. Cause I feel like put a lot of importance on being in a relationship, right? You know the old advice though of like, you can't love others if you don't love yourself. I think that's very true. So treat yourself well first and let yourself feel that inner glow. Feel self-care, queen or king, or your majesty. You know, once you feel that glowing love inside yourself, you're going to attract people. I swear. Oh my god. Let me see what else. I mean, you're gonna have to go to places to either find or be found if you want to find a partner in crime, right? It's not like you can just sit at home and expect somebody to fall into your lap or you to fall into somebody's lap. It could happen, but it's really, really rare, I'd presume. If you're trying to pick up someone in a gaming lobby, don't. Oh, stream dropped temporarily? What the hell? Okay, hang on. Are we back? I'm a bit mad because I changed all of my settings in order to have proper... I lowered my bitrate. I lowered the video, the stream latency, just so that YouTube would stop cutting me out. What on earth is going on? I'm mad. YouTube. Valorant e-dating. Are you saying Valorant isn't an e-dating path? The thing is, it is, but I don't think e-dating is a good idea. Okay, you know what? You can find and meet people online, in games, on social platform, whatever. However, please, 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 please meet them in person first before you get into a relationship. Please, please meet them. Spend, I don't know, a couple of months knowing them in person, okay? Because there's so many missing things from interacting online than interacting in person. You know, physical cues like body language, facial expressions, intonation, habits of the person when they are there in person, you know. There are many different things that you may realize do not jive with you. So it's very important to meet them in person first, okay? Flirt with strangers mid-rate. You know, you could do that. You could do that. You may earn the ire of some, but you might actually, I don't know, find somebody with the same kind of humor as you. I don't know. But partner gacha. Do you really want to gacha on something that may take a big mental toll on you. Mental, physical, emotional, financial. By the way, they say you shouldn't date if you don't have money. I heard that, like, God, what was it? Oh yeah, you know how like in like either high school or early college, girls would be like, oh, I don't want a guy if he doesn't have a car because then he can't drive me around. You know, their expectations like that. But also, like, even just going around with friends is hard if you don't have a vehicle. Oh my God. Like, going to go meet up with the girlies to get some coffee and you have to commute instead, that's tough, man. Yeah, dating is expensive AF. I see we have some experienced souls in the chat. Anyone here would like to give their advice for finding for a goon meet goon? Nor the plan, that's important too. What do you mean commuting is part of the bonding? I guess if you commute together. But like if you have, like, say for example, you, good goon, are being expected to get to your partner and then get back to your place, and it's very one-sided. Wouldn't it kind of suck if you just kept on commuting by yourself? And we're in the modern day and age, equality, you know, get that other person to drive for you sometimes. Oh darn, I'm too late to submit some advice. Oh well, it's okay. Maybe next time. We'll see if we'll have another one of these. What if I'm the Lonely Drivers Club? Lonely Drivers Club, let's go. Lonely Drivers Club, we don't need girlfriends. You want a partner? Nah, don't. It's just a bunch of headache. It will put a hole in your wallet. Oh no. How jaded. Also, hello Isaac. Welcome to the stream. Bold of you to assume we have partners. I mean, maybe not currently, but did you guys have any in the past? Any advice to bestow upon your fellow goons? Anyone? But let me see. Finding a partner, huh? Finding a partner. This doesn't just go for partners, but also finding people to socialize with. I think it's a lot easier to come together when you all have a common goal. Say, for example, in a community. I think I got this from the Woke Salaryman comics. There was a guy, the Woke Salaryman himself, who he moved into a new neighborhood, but he was lonely because he didn't know anybody. And he didn't know how to initiate and make friends. So what he did was, because he liked gardening, he joined the local community gardening club. And there he, you know, basically worked towards a goal together with other members of the community. And it's all something that they enjoyed and were able to bond and talk about. And then he made friends that way. The same can be done, I think, for partners. So what else does it say here? I would say that the best thing you can do is work on yourself to be the partner you look for. Ooh, and you'll be ready for when someone appears in your life. Don't go looking too hard. Let it happen naturally. Yes, I think that's very important. Of course, you don't have to be perfect, right? Everybody's human. You don't have to be 100% perfect. You can have your flaws. And with those flaws, you can work together with whichever people you meet in your life to, you know, work through it, right? So, just, I guess, how do I put it? Reach a place of, like, satisfaction. Yeah, just enough satisfaction. Then I think that's good. So what do we have here? I wish I had someone to love. Yourself, silly! You know? And if you say, I can't love myself and I'm not worth loving myself, why is that? Why do you think you're not worth being loved, huh? I think that everyone has the right to be loved, especially by themselves. So that's something you gotta sort out with yourself. And also, you know, work with yourself with to make yourself, how do you say, more lovable, and be more lovable to yourself and be compassionate. Like, treat yourself you would a friend, you know? The path to harmony in your solo gooner life is peaceful. If you didn't get on in high school, might as well just give up. Or for reasons, this is a joke. Why get a girlfriend when you can GFE goon fiend experience? Oh my god. Happy Men's Mental Health Month. Oh wait, is it this month or wasn't it last month? Was it last month? But yes, happy Men's Mental Health Day. Your mental health is very important. Men are allowed to feel things. Men are allowed to cry. Okay? Men are allowed to be vulnerable. Actually, you know what? This is kind of crazy to me. But did you know that among the generals, the most vulnerable and emotionally adept throughout the people in my life that I've met are mainly the men? And it's actually very fascinating to me. And like seeing and hearing men with that much emotional intelligence and capacity is very heartwarming also, because I also felt like I was able to connect with them better. And I hope that you guys will also be able to achieve that too, because having that level of vulnerability, and even just platonically or with family and everything like that, is a wonderful feeling. So I hope and wish for that for all of you. What else do we have here? Sorry, boss, my last partner left me so she could be with the 5 people at once. Oh my god, bruh, I'm sorry about that course, Rick. Bro, can we get a group back pat? Can we pat this man on the back? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better now, man. Wait, hang on. Where else is the rest of chat? Chat is skipping. What is going on? Not everyone or everything has to be perfect all the time. A certain level of confidence, not arrogance, is not a bad idea. Even if you remain single, it helps you feel better overall. It's this month. Oh, it is this month. Oh, that's wonderful. That's good. That's good. It doubles up with pride. Oh my gosh, happy pride, everybody. Of course women's mental health is important too. Don't worry, it's okay. You don't have to compensate. Don't worry, it's your month this month, guys. It's not women's mental health month. It's okay. You don't have to compensate by adding me in. It's all right. It's okay. But I appreciate it. Thank you. People often confuse being emotional with being irrational. Being emotional does not necessarily mean being irrational, yeah. Hang on, we're getting super duper off track, guys. The advice was how does this goon find another goon to goon with? Or, well, to love. Alright. Any other tips to... Dress to impress. Fashion is always good. If you have a passion for fashion, that's always good. Let me see. This is not an example for like finding partners, but I myself always make sure that I dress nicely whenever I go out. First and foremost, to appease myself, because I feel good when I feel cute or when I feel pretty. You know, it feels nice. But secondary is that whenever I end up accidentally meeting a VTuber like Ki-chan recently, shout out to Ki-chan, hi Ki-chan, so that I leave a good impression on them too, you know? So how do you say? Let me see. You're making a very compelling argument. What do you mean, huh? Hang on, wait. What's going on in the chat? Why am I getting a spray emote? What? I am gradually getting used to being a fashionable goon man. That's good. That's good. Everybody needs someone to lean on. Does not work with goons. So first impressions are important and looks are part of that. Yeah, that is true. So yeah, first impressions. And also I think if you dress well and, you know, keep yourself decently groomed, you know, it gives off an image of this person is put together, even if you may not actually be put together. Like, you don't have to go crazy over the top, like dress to the nines or anything, or like manscaping, or, you know, like having on fleek makeup all the time. Just making yourself look presentable, I think, is like a show of good self-discipline to a degree, or at least you take care of yourself to a degree, right? And I think that's a good thing. And also it'll make yourself feel better. Yeah, if you look like a mess, people will assume you are a mess. Yeah, and And that's just the way the perceptions work. I don't think we can really blame anyone, right? I'm sorry, you just made me remember a friend of mine with the first impression. I see. I guess figuring out why do you want a partner might help. Oh yeah, why do you want a partner? Do you want to date for fun, or do you want to date with the goal of settling down? Because I think those are two very different paths. Also, like, are you polyamorous or polygamous? Is that the way you pronounce it? Are you like looking for any specific traits in a partner? Or like, I don't know, or are you just kind of like, I don't know, I'm not really looking for anyone, but it would be nice to have someone else in my life. Actually, wait, that latter half, the kind where you're like, I'm not really looking, but it would be great to spend my life with someone. That's a good sign. That's a good sign that you're ready, I think, you know? Because like, you're already fulfilled, and what you're ready to do now is just share with someone else. Heck, I think that could even apply platonically, no? 15 kids in a... Holy shit, dude. 15 kids. Okay. This might not sound the best, but you're gonna have to start with the younger adult pool. Because if you start with somebody who's at 30, if you start with a woman who's like in her 30s, and like you have unless she can have like quintuplets, you're gonna have to have a kid every year, and that's like really pushing it into the late fertility years. Oh my god, maybe a few too many kids depending. Might need a few partners. Holy shit. Is dude gonna make a football team? Seems like it. Jesus. Let me see, what else? What were we talking about? Oh yeah, some really, really nice advice from the chaplain. So the chaplain is with, you know all the generals who raised me. The chaplain is the one who took the reins the most on raising me. So Mr. Chaplain, I guess you could call him my father figure, like most directly, like right after the what's it called? The evil overlord. Actually, no, maybe more than the evil overlord. Some advice that he gave me was, he read somewhere that at least for, what was it? Like for marriage, the goal of a partner, and this is religious. I'm personally not religious, but the goal of wedded partners is to help the other get into heaven. And I guess you could boil that down basically to, you want to strive to make sure that you do good by your partner and help them do good by both themselves and you, so that you both basically prosper from your relationship. So I think that's actually a very beautiful thing, you know? And yeah, it's kind of cute, right? It's very cute. And I think it's a good thing to go by. So if you're looking to settle down, try to find a partner whose like ideals and goals align with yours. Now, I think that even if your hobbies don't align, if you have ideals and goals and other traits that align well, it'll work out, you know? You don't have to share every single thing, I think. Like heaven or heaven. Oh my god. That's pretty good. I like that. I know, right? Let me see. So yeah, that's about finding a partner. Now, if you're finding a person to date, how many red flags are you how many red flags are you willing to take up? Oh my god. Because if you're here just for like a good time and not a long time, you could go with somebody who has some red flags, I guess. I agree, your goal should be for your spouse to cook us. Oh my god, you guys. You goons. Wouldn't you rather have your partner say your name instead, though? But anyway. Honestly, it's about finding someone with red flags you enjoy. If she wants to be a streamer, it's a deal breaker. Let's talk about that seriously for a moment. Now, say you do meet a girl and she is a streamer. Now, if you are monogamous, you might find some difficulty with that, I think. Especially because the priority of that person would be, well, for their job, I guess, right? I guess you could make it similar to like if you were dating a celebrity or an actress, right? Are you comfortable with that? Because I think everyone has their own varying degrees of, okay, this is fine, but this is not, right? So that's also something you have to consider. Yeah, what kind of work they do. Don't date streamers, chat. Oh my gosh. Don't date a streamer if she's your only girl. I mean, again, if it's for fun, then I don't see why not, right? But like, if you want, like, please be mine and only mine, then you might have to consider it a bit more seriously. Now, if you're monogamous, and don't go around, you know, being all flitty with other people, you know. If you're gonna have something, stick to it, you know. Respect the other person, right? It's like hardcore difficulty for a beginner. If you met a girl that happens to be a streamer, make her your OG. It's win-win. I don't know about that. Somehow I feel like that's a recipe for disaster. Somehow. I'm not sure how exactly, but it feels like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, respect everyone. That's very important. I don't have any other advice for finding people other than all the stuff I already said, so I hope that helps. And if you do find a special someone, do share in the chat. Spill the deets. I want to hear. Although dating among goons, do we have a rule against that? I'll have to think. So dating a streamer is like dating a hiring pro tag. I don't know. Streamer girl has final boss energy. Oh no. If you meet a girl that happens to be a streamer, endeavor to meet her chat love you so that she gets jealous and I'll make her try. That is so funny. Oh my god. I hear dating streamers is a mixed bag, but I've heard some VTubers have special someone husband. Oh, you know I will. I'll find someone someday. Gambatte ne. No dating, only gooning. Counts as a work relationship, so not allowed. Oh yeah, dating co-workers is also rarely a good idea. Goons RP in the chat. There was a saying I learned. Aside from don't date your co-workers. Oh, sorry. There are multiple things. Don't date your co-workers. Don't date your boss. And what was the other thing I heard? Don't turn your spouse into your co-worker. Aside from that, don't date your batchmates. Sorry, not your batchmates, your classmates. Because when emotional ties get in the way of work and other things, it's gonna get real messy real fast, and it's gonna be hard to put aside those things. So yeah, make sure that your emotional ties are outside of wherever you need to get work done. Don't hate the boss. Yes, do not. You are my goons who do my bidding, but that's as far as it goes. You're doing general goonery for me, okay? The truth is, I'm not interested in dating streamers. I happen to have a more platonic relationship with them someday. That's good. I think that's good. And I respect all of you as my very precious underlings, so who do a good job of being goons. People say dating co-workers is bad, but I've seen people date their co-patients in the psych ward. Okay, that's different, because you're co-patients. Now, it would be different and also against the law if you were the doctor and dating your patient. That's against the law. Major goon reporting. But anyway, yeah, that's our advice for that one. Thank you very much for your submission. Let's go over to the next one. Boss, I come to you with a concern of the utmost importance. This is a very serious matter, and I insist that we settle this matter no matter what the cost. This isn't a concern that can easily be avoided, and I would even go as far as to label it a national crisis. Someone ate my cookie. What do I do, boss? How can I continue on after this? So there's a vending machine outside. you can get another cookie. But while you go do that, we must hang on. We must apprehend this monster who took your cookie from you. Don't worry. We will set an investigative team of goons to find out who ate your cookie and make sure that they are brought to evil justice. Does that make sense? But you know what I mean. But yes, we will find them. Don't you worry. Let's airdrop this goon some cookies. Can we get some cookies in the chat, please? Please give this goon a cookie. Apprehend. Yes, we will be apprehended. Was it like the Cookie Monster? Cookie. I can't really make my voice more graded right now. But yes, don't worry. The investigation is underway. Just wait for further updates on that. I hope the vending machine cookie will be as good. Thank you for your submission. And look at all those cookies in the chat. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone. Okay, next one. Dear Admyra, excuse me, where's the miss? Where's boss Admyra? Excuse me? You're lacking the formal addressing terms. Tisk. Anyway, as a loyal goon, I often wonder how would you like to be perceived? Which is a fancy way of saying what kind of fan art would you like to see of yourself? Any particular scenarios, outfits, settings, etc. Sincerely, a curious admirer. Anything in particular? Because honestly, I'm not picky. My hard limits are just certain things that are not safe for work. But I don't know if I can state them aloud on this stream right now. But like for general stuff, honestly, anything. I mean, since I do like dressing up, I guess seeing myself in all sorts of different kinds of fashion would be nice. Do you know what would be nice? Maybe like a 𝓡𝓾𝓵𝓮𝓼. Is that how you pronounce it? The China dress kind of thing. Either the modest traditional type or the fetishized type, I guess you could say. Yeah. 𝓡𝓾𝓵, is that how you pronounce it? But yeah, that thing, that would be interesting. I think it would be interesting. Good taste. Aside from that, what else? Anything else in particular? Casual wear. All sorts of kinds of casual wear. I actually should draw myself in more of those. I thought it's food. No. I think you're thinking of 𝓤𝓵. I misread. Boss would wear a Quiapo. Quiapo, that's a city. Is it not? I think it's a city. Settings and scenarios. Oh, speaking of dressing me up, my goodness, did you know that Fish, Lon, and May love dressing me up? Especially Fish. She's always very excited to see me in all sorts of outfits. She may not admit it publicly, but she always urges me like, Addie, look at this. I think you look wonderful at this. And generally speaking, everyone's reactions is kind of like, so I think I'm not the only one who would benefit if you would be so kind as to showcase me in different things, you know? Dress up, darling. Basically, that's what I've been. Yeah. Gosh, can I say this? I think I can say this because like I spoke to management about like telling stories about management. I think this one is okay. Did you know I almost got Boss Yoey in trouble? Earlier today. So there was a meeting and I was showing off this outfit that I'm wearing right now to the rest of the girlies. And of course I shared it in a space where staff can also see it. And I feel so bad. But basically Boss Yoey was scrolling through and he was in a workspace, yes? So to his shock and dismay, question mark, my my cleavage was out on display in the space, and he's like, Jesus, Addie, I'm at work. I'm like, oh, don't worry, boss. This is safe for work. This is office attire. And yeah, so I mean, it's not like I knew. It's not like I knew. But anyway, yeah, that. Gosh, bosses say so. So say so, guys. He's so say so. You flashbacks accidentally office jump scare. Yeah. But yeah, I think out of the entire, have I said this before? Out of the entire company, I wholeheartedly think that Boss Yo is the most say-so out of everybody. I'm not kidding. You should know to be more careful. I think like me, I am just a walking time bomb that could go off at any minute because just the presence of my chest is enough to get someone in trouble. Oh my god. But yeah, so that happened. I would love to see a comic strip of that. It would be pretty funny. I guess I'll ask for permission first to see if that's okay to like draw or something or get commissioned. Addie's presence itself is not safe for work. True. So true. So true. Let me see. Does your boss emit Chad energy? What does Chad energy consist of anyway? I don't really know. That's quite a story. The presence of her presence. Walking milk bomb. Hey boss. Oh wow. I see. So yeah, I guess that is the general reaction that most people have, huh? To these things. Huh. Oh well. Anyway. The office suit assets look great, by the way. Yes, they do, and I really like it. It's quite nice. Manly and cool. How would I describe Boss Yoi? すごく真面目な人ですけどね. Hang on, let me translate that. Cause like, God, he embodies the term majime. Gosh, majime. How do I explain it? Very earnest and very serious. He's not serious in the terms of like a stick in the mud, but he's like so earnest to like how would I describe him? Do you know the character named Tiz from what's it called? Bravely Default. He's just like an honest good farmer boy who's an earnest hard worker, like that pure and hard working and accomplished and question mark. You get the idea, right? Yeah. 𝓤𝓤𝓬𝓼 is the scientific term, I believe. Hey boss, I have a question. Do you have permission by the end of the stream to ask you a quick question that I want to ask you? Sure, once I get through the rest of the submissions. Earnest to a fault? Mayhaps? Question mark? The assets are well made, making sure to keep my post balanced without falling to despair. We'll go outside and get sun for positive energy since chat is practice where we talk in public. Good luck and do your best. And yes, go touch grass, feel the sun. That's healthy, that's good. Basically a good guy, yeah. And just like me, my accomplishment. Except you, Edge, you always laugh at me. You know how as we age it's hard to socialize, that's what I mean. Yeah, it do be like that. But ganbare, I hope something nice happens to you today. Sounds like an MC. I don't know. Question mark? I don't know. Like, you know how like us talents could be joking around, but then and like saying like, oh, this and that, haha, hee hee, and then boss is like, oh yeah, you know, we can definitely make that happen. Da 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 da. You know, like stuff like that, and like it's a very pure-hearted desire to just make things happen. Stuff like that. You get it? I think that makes sense, right? This weekend I'm going to go touch grasses. I'm going on a trip. Ooh, New Mexico! Have fun! Ooh, trips are always nice. Would you rather me not laugh at your jokes? No, please laugh at my jokes. I try very hard. I try very hard. Let me see. Other scenario settings. I'm always a sucker for bunny suits. Thank you, 𝓚𝓼𝓬𝓲𝓪𝓵. Am I pronouncing it right? I'm sorry. Wait, 𝓚𝓼𝓬𝓲𝓪. Yeah, 𝓚𝓼. Thank you very, very much for drawing me in bunny suits. They are always hella fire. Let's go. See you at the sleepover type. What does that even mean? Oh, I get it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But and she mostly laughed at her daughter jokes. True. Wait, yeah. Snake has a point. Anyway, scenarios, outfit settings. At the pool. Which pool? Doesn't matter. Idol Addie? Maybe? I've been listening to a little bit of AKB48 again. And there's a song that I really like. It's 𝓡𝓾𝓵𝓼, so heart type virus. Kind of goes like 𝓡𝓾𝓵𝓼. I don't know, it's very cute. 初めはピンとこなかった。だなんだななながしてた。だなななななであったのに。だななななな。Yeah, so stuff like that. Idol outfits would be very cute. Burlesque stuff would be pretty cool too. You know, I'm down for anything. And remember, we do have a tag for the spicier artworks. And to reiterate, since there are people here, we can interact with things that are spicy but not sexually explicit. Okay, so things that are like you're allowed to make. We can't stop you. Like literally cannot stop you if you make, you know, explicit stuff like that. But please note that I can't interact with that. But stuff like pin-ups, tasteful nudity, suggestive things, I can interact with that. Yeah. Let me see. You cannot be stopped. Anything else? Anything else that I've always... sportswear. Sportswear would be nice. Yeah. Okay. I think that's about it for... You know what? Go crazy. Go wild. Go stupid. Do whatever you want. Put me in whatever situation you want, as long as it's not like... No guru, please. And if there's any gore, please let it be me ripping and tearing a monster or a demon. Okay? I want to be the one slicing something with a chainsaw as its intestines fly out. Okay? Not me. I don't want my intestines flying out. Thank you. Wow, that's... I didn't expect that. But... Sure? Question mark. I'm not sure if I can agree to that. I will withhold any statements. Yeah. Oversized jumper would be cute. Yeah. Ooh. Like 70s, 80s clothing would be interesting as well. What are my boundaries? Okay. Maybe not this stream. Yeah, maybe another stream then. Boss's Doom guy. Let me see. What do we have next? Dear Boss Addie. Also, thank you to the previous submitter for asking me. Now this one is, Dear Boss Addie, I humbly request your guidance. You see, I've been playing in Elden Ring Night Rain and have been having difficulty. At first I was queuing with random nightmares and made slow progress. Oh, sorry, Nightfarers. However, I recently partied with a friend of mine. Excuse me, pardon me. I thought it would make things easier, but out of over 60 expeditions together, we've only managed to clear once. My back is getting awfully tired from all the carrying. Boss Addie, what should I do? Let him down gently. Or you could just say like, hey dude, can I like... Or like, hey dude, I'm gonna go queue by myself for a bit. You know, it's fine. I think any understanding person would be like, oh, okay. But if they ask like, what about me? And you could tell them, why don't you try queuing up with other people? It'll be good experience for you too. It's good to branch out your experience with different like players, play styles. What else? Party compositions, right? Stuff like that. And but you know, depending on how close you are, you could be like, dude, you stop. I'm kidding. No. It's not you, it's me. Like, now that I think about it, I don't think my evil cohorts have never said anything like, you suck, Addie. But they'll be like, oh, it's okay, you'll learn this and that as you improve. But that's because they have the patience to help me learn. But if you don't have the patience and you just want to have a fun time, yeah, just go the it's not you, it's me route. Bro, your ass. You know, you definitely can say that depending on the person. If you know them well enough, sure, why not, you know? Yeah, let me see what else. Where are we? I just got here and welcome to the stream, Zareed. Hello. But yeah, that's all I have to say on you and your friend's situation. Don't worry, maybe after queuing up with other people, they'll come back stronger and you won't have to carry as hard, dude. Yeah. Well, too bad though, because tomorrow tomorrow or is it the day after? I'm going to have you guys carry me in Night Raid. So yeah, look forward to that. Membership stream, by the way. Next one, thank you again for this submission. Boss, I got a question. You are or you do have succubus DNA blood in you, yes? I don't know. I've never taken a DNA test and I've never met my original parents. So my parents could literally be anything, but I'm pretty convinced that I'm a wyvern. Unless there's something else to prove me wrong. But yeah, I don't know if there's any DNA tests for beast realm type races. So yeah, for all I know, I might say I'm like Spanish or something, a little spicy, you know. Huh? There's a stain on my screen. Just so happens Boss Chesticles is on that part of the screen as well. I can't wipe it off without looking like I'm touching your chest. Why do you have a stain on your screen? I think that's a more important question. I'm kidding. Anyway, excuse me. 15% succubus, 50% Spanish for sure. Oh my god. Ay. Anyway, thank you again for your submission. Let's go over to the next one. Dear Boss Addie, how do I get past my fear of messing up? I'm scared to try new things and often feel stuck. When I do take a chance, it usually goes wrong, and then I wish I hadn't bothered. I want to chase my dreams without stressing over mistakes, even though I know mistakes are made so we can learn from them. I have trouble dealing with anything that demands responsibility. For example, I want to start an online business, but when I think about all the steps involved, and then I worry about all the legal aspects, and then it spirals into fear over what if a customer tries to sue me for some really silly reason and I don't have the means to fight in court, or if I accidentally screw up somehow with financial laws and I'm not even aware of. I know it's quite a leap, but it's just one thread I end up chasing, and at the end of it, I wind up feeling exhausted and then deciding it's probably not worth all that trouble. But I keep thinking that about wanting to do it, so I don't want to just give up, but I wish I knew how not to be so afraid. What advice can you give this hopefully not hopeless goon? Okay, first of all, I think it's very valid to be afraid of messing up things such as an online business, because it's no longer a responsibility just to yourself but to others as well. For me, I'm the kind of person who I need to study and make a plan first before I even enact anything. So reading up on online laws, drafting up a plan for the business, taking lessons in business management and how the workflow would work in making it. For example, if you're going to start an online business, like what manufacturers can you go to? What is the process of contacting a manufacturer, importing or exporting or whatever? And then like aside from that, production, like is there anything you need to be aware of? Are you going to make designs, or are you really just going to buy and sell things, you know? Those are different paths. And then the concerns of like logistics, storage, organizing things, keeping track of deliveries, and then delivering things out to customers, you know, studying all these different aspects. And it is a lot, which is why you take it step by step. So I think the easiest way to do this is to find some way to be immersed in the environment without actually being responsible for it. So if you can work under somebody and learn from them, or if you could have like an educational trip or whatever. I know opportunities like this are usually in schools, but who knows, there could be all sorts of opportunities out there for you to be able to like figure out and do things, right? Whoever wrote that, oh god, you too, I'm apprehensive about legal she, since I want to freelance art and do live 2D stuff related to VTubing someday, and in the Philippines, by the way. Oh, you're Filipino, Corn? I had no idea. You're Filipino too? I'm so sorry. I'm kidding. As someone who runs an online business, it's not that hard. I guess, like, for anybody who starts something, it's always gonna seem daunting. Like, for example, I can say that freelancing in art and live 2D is really not that hard. But to anyone who's just starting it, it's going to be very overwhelming. So I guess we have to take into account everybody's, like, what's it called? Is it called relational experience? Like, in relation to that person's experience and the way they are in life right now, something like that. I think relational experience is usually used for kids because, you know, like for a kid, it's their first time experiencing something, and so it's gonna seem huge to them. And like if they accomplish something, even if it may not seem like that big to yourself, you should still praise them for it, right? Because it's a big achievement for them. Not to say that as adults now, what you're achieving now is small. No, taking steps, no matter how big or small, is always very important in any learning process. A bit off topic, but Harvard has free courses, including one of the contractual laws for running business, or Addie's not wrong with the last bit about being immersive. Yeah, I do know that aside from Harvard, I think there are other schools as well that offer like free courses, and heck, YouTube is also not a terrible resource either. There are a lot of things you can study. Just take it a bit at a time. Go with whatever interests you at the moment. Like today, I feel like learning about the process of manufacturing and see if there are things that I can look out for in a manufacturer that would make them work better for me or be more trustworthy, blah blah blah, things like that. But yeah, let me see, how did I get into, because the way I got into like art and then live 2D was very casual. Like, I just decided, like, you know what? I'm not gonna think about laws. I'm gonna do commissions and, like, think about that later. And then I did end up thinking about it later. And doing stuff about it later on. But, like, the amount of responsibility that I had was very minimal. Because also I charged, like, dirt cheap back in the day. So, like, there wasn't any real huge loss. And then, for live 2D... I got into it as people were starting to get into it. It's a lot easier when something is just starting because everyone is figuring it out at the same time. Nowadays, like for live 2D, for example, there's so many things. What the fuck is glue? Who the fuck uses glue? Apparently every live 2D rigger except me. I haven't fucking figured out. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss a lot. I just hate glue. It confuses me. I never learn how to use it. I still don't know how to use it. I've been doing live 2D for years. I still don't get it and I hate it. But anyway. Okay, super off topic. Glue in live 2D, basically, you know, bone weighting, there's like a certain degree where movement like affects some vertices when it's weighted a certain amount to something. So glue, you can stick vertices from one art mesh to another. So say for example, you have a square art mesh and then a circle art mesh. You can select vertices from both of these things and then glue them together so that when one moves, it can kind of like either bring the other one with it or lock something in place. If you want to see examples of this, I think you can look at like, gosh, does Kira Omori have a tutorial on it? I think she might. I'm sure someone from Iron Vertex also has too. There's a bunch of live 2D modelers out there, so yeah. Anyway, back on topic. Get past your fear of messing up. Honestly, I'm not sure. I think I still feel that too. What I do is I kind of just grit my teeth and bear with it, and like I feel the weight of the failures and I feel like shit. And this is probably the least effective way of going through it, but like I just try to tank the crappy feeling and get mad and cry at myself until I get decent at it. So So like sometimes I'll give up and then I'll come back to it and then I'll give up and then I'll come back to it and eventually I get somewhere. But usually, or at least in my own experience also, a fear of messing up has deeper roots usually. So if you can find someone professionally to talk to about, like a life coach, doesn't even have to be like a therapist per se. If you want, a life coach would probably be able to help you formulate a plan that especially works together with your own, you know, yourself as a unique individual. So that's all the advice I have right now for that, because unfortunately I'm the kind who just bashes her head against the wall until something, you know, works, or like I throw things at the wall until it sticks. So yeah, you could develop your tenacity like I. Some people will say that I am not very tenacious and I give up pretty easily. I think if I really want something, I will work towards it, but if I don't, it doesn't really matter to me too much. Yeah. Boss needs to take your own advice. Messing up means that you have room to improve and know which direction to go. That is true, but the person does acknowledge this, and like in the submission, they acknowledge that, you know, mistakes are meant to be made, but the fear is still there. Now it's the fear that you have to work around or with. And I guess you just have to identify. Hang on, I'm thinking this over a bit. Like, what exactly is it about fear that you fear? Is it the wronging others? Is it the feeling bad part? Like, identify which parts stick out the most to you and see what you can do to work it out. I don't know. I feel like you're much stronger than others realize, and in a way I admire. Had the form not been closed, I would have asked for some advice too. Oh, I appreciate it. If we have time later, I may or may not open a Q&A. We shall see. I don't know how many responses we've gone through already. But yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for this submission. I hope I was able to help you somehow. And if not, don't fret. It's not the end of the world. I am also but one person. And if you ask 1,000 people, you get 1,000 different answers. So don't be afraid to reach out to more people. Maybe an advice stream part 2? Yeah, we could do that. Okay, what's our next response? Next form is, how do I get good at cooking? And if I may ask, which dish would you say was the most difficult, tedious you have ever cooked? Just do it. Oh, let me tell you, the first time I learned how to cook by myself, and the generals did not teach me. It was my evil cohorts who taught me how to cook. When I started getting like kicked out and everything, I tried to peel garlic without like properly cutting off the ends and like squashing it to make it easier. I picked at that stuff with my nails, and it took me 2 hours. I'm not kidding. It took me 2 hours and my nails hurt like hell. And I was taught afterwards the way to do it. So having someone else helps, or like watching YouTube videos helps a lot. Don't be afraid. It's okay. Oh my god. Is this going to become regular advice stream? I'll think about it. Well, my first time cooking, I messed up looking me beef. It's okay, it happens. Also, my first few dishes were not so good. Okay, the very first one, I was being extremely careful. It was like an omurice, well, more like a scrambled egg and scrambled fried rice, because I don't know how to make an omelet properly. But it was okay. Wasn't terrible, but it wasn't anything fancy either. It looked really messy. The second thing I tried making looked like an indescribable mess that needed to be censored for the eyes, and tasted terrible, felt terrible in my mouth. I tried to make a radish cake, which was an extreme jump from a beginner cook to, you know, whatever the hell that is. And I didn't even have a proper steamer. It was awful. It was god awful. It was greasy and goopy, and it tasted wet, and god, I hate remembering it. But I just, you know, just experiencing and studying recipes and getting used to the motions of cooking. Gordon Ramsay once said, it's not speed that you should be aiming for. It should be confidence. Confidence is built by just practicing your motor skills, like with a knife or, your pan or whatever, and feeling your equipment and getting used to them and knowing them. And then with that confidence comes your speed. So get to know your tools, get to know yourself. Like, for example, me, my arms aren't exactly the strongest. So when I am pressing down on garlic cloves, rather than like bang, smacking them, because that just hurts my hand, I press and hold and like squash down instead, which is a lot easier for me. That's one thing. And then let me see, really just practicing recipes is good. And then tasting a lot of food is also very helpful. Expanding your palate and being able to identify ingredients. I am the kind of person that I've eaten so many different things and cooked a lot of different things that I can identify ingredients when I go to a restaurant, and I can kind of break down, depending on the dish, the ingredients they use in my head. Now, if it's something that's like regularly available in the supermarket, I can probably figure it out. But if it's like specialty ingredients, like say for example, like ingredients from another province or whatever, or a province specialty dish, I might have a hard time figuring it out. But expanding your knowledge library. So that's tastes, techniques, recipes, stuff like that. And as for the most tedious thing I've ever cooked, probably, what's it called? Callos. Callos. Let me see if I can get a picture. Callos. Can I get like a Wiki Commons picture of callos? That looks pretty good. Is this it? Oh, yeah. Hang on, let me save. So this is Wiki Commons. I like getting from Wiki Commons because everybody can use it. Okay, so this is not my dish, so I'm just taking this from Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. This is callos. So callos is a tomato-based stew that consists of beef tripe, so that's cow stomach. I think some people also use pork or chicken. And then, what's the name of the sausage? Chorizo, Spanish chorizo. And olives usually, and a few other things. The reason why, aside from beef tripe, they also use, was it goat tripe? Sheep tripe? It's the one that, it looks like a a beehive comb type thing. And also bell peppers and chickpeas. They do put chickpeas in these things. So the reason why it's so tedious is cleaning tripe. I hate cleaning tripe because you have to do a rough scrub with like coarse salt, so like rock salt and stuff like that. And usually the the tripe, local term is toalla because it's like a towel. You have to like scrub it out so you get all the nasty yucky stuff out. Because, that's the stomach lining. That's what digests food. It's a little, fishy tasting if you don't. And then aside from that, you also have to like peel it in a certain way so that you get all the other yucky stuff out too. And then you have to boil this for very, very long. Boiling is fine. Cleaning the tripe is the most tedious part, but it's delicious. I love this stuff. It is a very hearty, yummy meal. I think everyone should make it at least once in their lives. It's very yummy. So yeah. Nowadays I tend to make stuff that's easier. Like I used to be very adventurous with the food that I would cook and make them very fancy, but nowadays I just aim for efficiency and a balanced diet if possible. Like I ate so much chop suey today. I was actually very happy to eat so many veggies. Because usually when I aim for efficiency, I end up eating just unhealthy things, which is not good. Not necessarily unhealthy. It's just that I skip out on veggies, which is not good. So it felt good to incorporate more veggies into my diet again. Mm-hmm. Did you know that eating lots of veggies and hydrating a lot is also very good for your skin? So yeah. Let me see. Veggies veggies aren't really that expensive. I don't make them often because cutting up a lot of vegetables takes time, and then also frying them or like cooking them at different intervals takes time. So it's not as easy as some other dishes that I've made. Yes, vegetables are very important. Yeah, veggies and fruits are always nice to have on the side. Yeah. By the way, if you are in the Philippines, summer season, mangoes are cheaper because they're more abundant. So get them now while they're still cheap because they're expensive the rest of the year. Also, Blue Bottle, hello, welcome to the stream. Hi. And also Scarlet Rook, hello, welcome to the stream. Let me see, what else do we have here? I think that's it for the cooking inquiry. Thank you very kindly for that. Next one is 20 years or so ago, I made a friend at the community college I attended. We kept in touch pretty consistently with a few hiccups. Currently, we live in different states. I never liked talking on the phone and briefly mentioned this once, but she said she prefers phone calls. After a while, I started to dread hearing the phone ring. She did most of the talking, was rarely out of anything I'm interested in. I would try to keep up the conversation, but I was really looking forward to when she'd have to hang up. At some point, I'd start just not answering the phone sometimes. Some days, I just wasn't up for it. However, eventually, I stopped responding altogether. Also, over the past several years, some mental health issues of mine have gotten significantly worse, making it much harder to communicate, especially vocally. I think this compounded the issue. That is to say, it makes it all this much harder. My problem is that I feel guilty because I know she genuinely cared for me, but talking to her became so difficult. It had become tedious and stressful, something I simply tried to tolerate. I thought that maybe at some point I could work up to getting back in touch with her, but the problem is I don't really want to. So I don't know what to do. Do I have an obligation to a friend that I try to keep in touch for her sake? Was that what I did wrong? I feel like I hurt her. Should I try to find a way to make the relationship between us work better? Or should I just recognize that this isn't a connection I want to maintain? And if so, how do I tell her that? Or do I just let it all go? The guilt of this has been eating at me for a long time. Every time I think or hear someone say, "I'll always be here for you," it makes me feel like I can't say that to someone honestly. What do you think? Ooh, this is a heavy one. Okay. First of all, I understand the feeling of feeling guilty. Like, this person is looking out for, wants to look out for you, or like wants to keep in touch. And that's very thoughtful of them. However, they're doing it in such a way that is very difficult for you. And I do not blame you, because it can be very exhausting speaking over the phone, you know? And like, some people are just not up for that. And if there are mental health struggles that are making it more difficult for you, I feel like a good friend would be understanding of that. Now, I think the clearest and fastest way to make amends, b what's it called, lift that guilt off of your chest, hear what she thinks also, is to just tell her, to explain to her the situation. Like, "Hi, I'm sorry, I haven't been keeping in touch. The reason why is because, you know, you can list out your mental health struggles. You can list out that you just don't appreciate this form of communication, and it's really difficult for you right now because of previous reasons mentioned, right? And you can also state, you know, you acknowledge that I appreciate you as a friend. Thank you for, you know, wanting to keep in touch with me and for doing so for so long. And I learned you, if you want, you can also apologize. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to reciprocate, especially lately. However, you can also like say, like, can we perhaps communicate in this different method instead? And I think this would be you setting your boundary. Like, you have to let her know that you want to communicate in this method and not over call. Now, if she is your friend and cares for you and wants to help you through this tough time, then I think she'd be understanding and be like, okay, you know what? I want to keep in touch. Let's communicate in the way that you want instead, you know? Because while some people may think like, it's just a phone call, why can't you blah, blah, blah? I feel like that's not respecting your wishes and your boundaries, and you have to do what's best for you at the moment. In the future, you can always work up towards getting, more accustomed to phone calls if you want. And there's also just a matter of like, you don't really want to bother, right? Now, you also mentioned like you don't really feel like you want to reconnect. Now this is more of a matter of your priorities. Now, priorities, and I guess also a degree of respect. Like, do you respect and or still care for her enough that you would still want to make amends? And if not, I personally think that this isn't something, I don't think you have to feel so terribly guilty for not wanting to, because I think it's also normal for people to drift apart. Now, I guess it would be different if you were like the bestest of friends, or if you were relatives, and or say if you had a deeper relationship, like if you were dating, for example, then maybe you do owe it to them more. But if it is just a friend or a colleague from college, I don't think you owe it to them that much. You are not in debt to them for their companionship. I think that companionship is something that you share because you want to, and not because you expect that person to always be there. So remind yourself that you are not in their debt. You do not have to feel so terribly guilty. Like, we all acknowledge why you feel guilty, but be compassionate with yourself, with the way you're feeling right now, right? Sometimes friendships have to end. You drift apart. That happens as well. Or any friends or colleagues from elementary, middle school, or high school. Let me see. But yeah, I think... Trying to think if there are any examples I can give you. You are not a bad person because you don't want to maintain a stressful friendship. Yeah, you are not a bad person for that. No, you are looking out for yourself, and unless you're being like openly combative, confrontational, or being mean about it, if you have nothing to worry about if you're not doing any of those things, let me see. So there was a falling out among some of my evil cohorts before, and there was one of them who did something that the rest of the group really, really, really didn't like, me included. I didn't like what they did at all, and so kind of fell out of communication. And then years later, I don't know if I could really say if they really made amends, but they were kind of like asking if they could open up an avenue to. Now, I wasn't super close to this person, and in my head, to be honest, even though I had fun with them sometimes, and like we've shared stories and had heart-to-heart nights with us and the rest of the group, I was like, this person is really not that much of like, how do I say? They don't have that much priority in my life right now, and I don't necessarily want them to anyway. So I can just pass and move on. It might be easier for me in that situation because there's a reason why we drifted apart, right? But I guess the process would be similar, It still puts you in an awkward spot. Yeah, it does. It does put someone in an awkward spot, true. But excuse me. It's not gonna be easy. You're not gonna feel good immediately. And like, there's also the possible pitfall you may fall into of like, if you do become friends with her again, and then she decides to just continue the way it was before, you're gonna get stressed again, and it'll drain your mental health more. Like, in the meantime, like, you may have made up and you might feel good for a bit, but then afterwards you might not feel good at all after. So weigh your options wisely, and if you know any other people who may know this person, ask for advice. Like, if you know any people who know that person better, might help. I think that's all I have for this submission. Thank you kindly. Let me just drink some water. Hang on. Oh, water, good. All right. Again, thank you for that submission. Let's move on to the next one. Boss, I can't be present during the live streams most of the time. Please be assured that my spirit is with you in every stream. However, are you here? If you are, move the magic bottles on my right. Is the spirit of the goon with us in the room right now? Oh my god, but seriously, thank you. I appreciate it very much. And it's okay if you guys can't make it to live streams. Please know that I really appreciate if you watch the VODs. And like, heck, if you talk about the VODs and stuff, I really appreciate that. Because, you know, it shows that, you know, you're still trying to be there. It means a lot. Or if you're watching quietly or whatever, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Praise be to lurkers. Yeah! Time to get the spirit board. And again, thank you for that submission. I appreciate it. Oh wait, hang on. There was a question. Oh my god, hang on. I need to burp. One moment, excuse me. That was a crazy burp. I think that would have been like a 9 out of 10. Anyway, if you want to hear burps, join memberships. Thank you. My question is this. How can I best support you and increase hype without attending the live streams? I am unfortunately no artist, so I can't even provide art or creative stuff. Make memes, comment, like, and share. We're not kidding as YouTubers when we say leave a comment, a like, and a share, and hit that subscribe button. It is immense. Like, if you can rally people you know together to do that, for either me or any of the girls' channels, it is very, very effective. And you could also say like, hey, I showed your stream to a friend of mine or like a coworker, and they think you're really funny or they think you're really pretty, and that is way more than enough. Honestly, I'm like, oh my god, thank you. But yeah. Also, Arms, hello, welcome to the stream. Also, it's always nice to leave a comment on old VODs too. Yeah, you know, when I see people do that, it's always pleasantly surprising. You know, I'm like, oh, they're still looking at it, even though this one was like, what, 5 months ago? Aw, that's so sweet, thank you, you know, stuff like that. This, VOD watch, and I couldn't draw for shit when I fell in the VTuber rabbit hole in 2023, so I made memes in the meantime. If your friend's looking for new Oshi, spread the word. Yeah! That is extremely effective, so never underestimate the power of memes. Like what Mr. President guy from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Anyway, thank you again for that submission. The next one is, why is Addie so cute? Boss Addie to you. Thank you very much. Well, obviously my wonderful wyvern genes blessed me with being such a pretty and adorable wyvern lady, so can't be helped. Mighty Borg, thank you very, very much for the 2-month flex. This is a very fun stream. Please do consider making it a regular thing. Do you guys really want to make this a regular thing? We could. Also, with the opening of my marrows, we could also use that instead. I know people like to get freaky in marrows though, but we'll see. Memes, the DNA of our soul. Exactly. Actually, yeah, what do you guys think about using marrows? Would you rather marrows or this? Google Forms. Admyra advice is fun. I'm glad that you like it so far, although I think I'm taking it a bit seriously, aren't I? She has the best wyvern skin routine. Ah yes, bathe in the blood of all the cows. It's the close genetic relation to dragons. Draconic magnetism is real. Both? Oh, okay. Both, I think. Whatever is easier to moderate, in my honest opinion. Thing is, with marrows, I would be moderating it just by myself. Here with forms, we've got the mod team to moderate it, so you could host a poll on Twitter and YouTube. True! Okay, I'll do that then. I'm fine with either. Frankly, whichever has less strict word limit, but also whichever offers more anonymity. I mean, the Google form is pretty anonymous, to be honest. Like, we don't require you to submit your email or anything, so I have no idea who any of these are from. Cow bloodbath, make milk flow better. Exactly. Your marshmallow does require a login, so it should be a bit down on the freak. Google form guarantees that it isn't eaten by the censor. True. That is true. Oh wait, Google Forms Anonymous? Oh, alright then. Yeah, I made these specific. That's why it's Admyra's anonymous advice, you know? Anyway, thank you for that submission. Next is, hello boss, I'm here to ask how to have better self-control. You see, before I ordered or went to pick up my gunpla from a store next town, that meant around a 45 meter, you mean kilometer, travel from the moment I left my house to me arriving at the store. That helps since sometimes the burden of traveling was bigger than my desire to build. But now a new hobby store opened in my town, and they do sell gunpla and tabletop games, and on my commute to work. So every time I'm tempted by the mistress of plastic to come to her embrace, and I must declare that I've fallen quite a few times, increasing my collection of little dudes. So I'm here to ask for help before I run out of funds. Self-control, huh? Okay, giving advice on this is gonna be kind of hard for me because after I got kicked out by the evil overlord and came to Earth, this entire time I've been on Earth, I've grown to be very frugal. I don't spend willy-nilly, and it's kind of like, I guess, okay, I think there are two paths you could go here. The first is preventative. Make a different bank account or whatever, or some way you can store your money that is very tedious to get money in and out of, and store your savings there. I think a good percentage, what do they say? Either like 10, 20, or 5% of your total earnings. Put that away and let that be your savings. And then portion off what you need from your expenses. And then whatever's left is your spending money, which you can spend on your gunpla or whatever. Okay? So there's... Can't wait to get your badge of Admirers Anonymous. Oh my god. Okay, so that's the preventative route, and I think it's very effective. I think that I do practice that, so actually I need to practice it more. But if I'm to be very frank with you, I haven't had the money to practice it. Yeah. Not because I'm buying lots of random stuff. You guys know that I asked for stuff on Throne, right? So it's still you guys paying for stuff for me. But like, yeah, I don't have the money to make savings, guys. But anyway, when I do, you can bet your ass that I'm gonna be saving it properly. Think about hunger pains. That's what keeps me from spending. Don't be frank. Be Addie. Okay, the other route is practicing and honing your self-control. Just deny yourself. Just say no. You know, be that little nagging mom in your own head and be like, why do you need to buy this? It's only gonna, you know, you're just gonna use up more space. You're gonna have more boxes cluttering up your room. Oh, and then your gunpla is just gonna gather some dust. Are you really gonna build that thing? Oh, oh, your money could be better spent elsewhere. Tisk, tisk, tisk. You know, be your own nagging mother. Cultivate and grow her in your mind, and she will force you to keep your hands off of your money. That's currently my room. Oh no. Let me see. Aside from that, now this is going to sound very abstract. If you can make yourself more creative focused than consumer focused. If you can get a hobby that is A, cheaper, B, requires less resources, and C, makes you develop skills intrinsically to make things rather than needing to buy things, which to be fair with gunpla, you do make stuff, but you get my point, right? Then you might be more inclined to do stuff that requires less money. Like, let me see. How do I put this? Because I don't deny myself too much. Like, if there's something I know that I really want, and I've thought about it for weeks, then I'll get it. But yeah, I don't. Oh shit, I never impulse buy. Very rarely do I impulse buy. Okay, I can't really make this a good example, but like I like to make art more than I like to buy things. I like to listen to music more than I like to buy CDs. So like I'll listen on YouTube Music or something, and unless I extremely like it, I won't really like buy anything related to it. Yeah. And last thing I can think of, let yourself hit rock bottom. Make yourself feel poor. Make yourself feel miserable and understand what it's like to suffer and barely get by. And then come back to a regular like income. Like for example, you could store away all of your money, and then and then every time you think about spending, remember that time, and then you'll be afraid to spend. Totally not speaking from experience. Bow. Thank you. Anyway. But yeah, try not to run out of funds. I do not wish that for you. Being near broke or kind of broke or absolutely broke is not fun. It will make you feel miserable. It will make you feel depressed, and I do not want that for you. So please take care of yourself, okay? Let me see. So, thank you for that submission. Next one is, how do I get a super hot tomboy anime GF in insert number of here simple steps? 1, get an industrial size printer. 2, find picture of hot tomboy anime GF. 3, print it out. C, set up the necessary like I don't know, wood or cardboard pieces to prop her up. And did I go from 1, 2, 3 to ABC? I forget, but anyway, yeah. Yes, being broke isn't fun. You need to be very careful when you spend your money. Make sure to save it too. Step 1, put on the maid trap. Bro, if you're already looking for like a tomboy... Wait, hang on. Sorry, not that. But I stand by the logic that every man just wants another man that is a girl. That's it. Like, you want a gamer girlfriend? Your homie is right there. He's right there and he's been by your side all along. The only thing stopping you is that he looks like a dude and could probably peg you harder than you could peg him. So, you know, just appreciate what you already have. Yes, the best girl is a man. Exactly. Come here, homie. Oh my god. VR chat avatars are the... Whoa. If you want a hot tomboy, go where they hang out. You know? Where do they hang out? They probably go skating outside or something. I don't know. Maybe they're at the gym. I don't know. Basically, we just need the ability to change body parts and looks at will to fix this. Just go full transhumanism. Yeah. Exactly. Hot tomboy anime GF. Oh, specifically with anime, you could go... Yeah, you know what? VR chat's the answer. Yeah. Go to VR chat. And, yeah. I'll 3D model my own tomboys. That's the spirit! And you learn skills in the process. That's wonderful. I love that for you. Google, where do I find hot tomboys in my area? Excuse me. Well, thank you for your submission. I hope we were able to give some sort of good advice. Question mark? Alright, next is... Boss, how do I confront the feeling that I'm bad at everything I do and all the bullcrap that comes with imposter syndrome, especially in the context of creative works like writing, art, streaming, etc.? That's a toughie. Oh, You know, I've also experienced imposter syndrome quite hard, in fact. Did I ever discuss it with you guys? I know I've discussed it with the other Sin girlies, but basically, I didn't really feel like I was worth being their boss, and I don't know why I'm in this position. So one thing that helped me was getting reassurance from my peers and them acknowledging the things that I've done and appreciating the things that I've done and acknowledging and appreciating the hard work that's gone into it. Because, like, Even if you may not feel like what you've done is of quality, you cannot deny the work that you put into it, right? And then let me see. What else? I think it comes from general dissatisfaction of what you yourself are doing. So I think the first person to appease is yourself. So make something for yourself that you will be happy with or enjoy. It might take a bit, but eventually you'll be able to reach something. Like, for example, sometimes I make art pieces that I'm very impressed with. I'm like, wow, I made that. I can actually draw. That's amazing. And then there are other days where I'm like, wow, this fucking sucks. And like, wow, I fucking suck. But like, it's just a matter of, you know, some days are good, some days are bad. And also, now that I really think about it, it's not me that sucks. It's just that I'm not satisfied with what I made. And I need to figure out why. And then, you know, maybe just tweak both what I make and my expectations of myself just a little bit, you know? Forgive me, but I'm not familiar with what imposter syndrome is entirely. Let's go grab a definition. Okay. Define imposter syndrome. According to the dictionary and not the AI-generated stuff, imposter syndrome is the persistent inability to believe that one's success is deserved or has been legitimately achieved as a result of one's own effort or skills. For example, let's say that you are an award-winning author and people have lauded and loved your book. However, you yourself feel like the book you wrote isn't really that good, or you're not happy with it, or looking back on it and reading it, you're like, the hell? Why do people like this? This is shit. And like, am I really good enough to deserve this award that people gave me? It's stuff like that. And it happens very commonly, more than you think. You end up doubting your skills, your talents, or accomplishments. You end up sometimes doubting the people around you too. Like, why do you believe that I'm good enough? Like, I don't think I'm good enough. Why do you think I'm good enough? And even though you do think I'm good enough, I think you're wrong. You know, there's stuff like that, right? Now, I do think that when you have feelings like this, remember that the appreciation that people have for you, especially those either closer to you or have shown their support for you, are real. And it can be hurtful to dismiss that. I think the desire and belief of wanting to improve can coexist with the appreciation from others around you, right? One fact does not cancel out the other. And let me see. I think that both should work in tandem together to teach yourself about appreciating yourself, your hard work, and what others think of you. Something like that, I guess. But let me see. Is there anything else? I see. Let me see. How do I deal with the bad feelings? When you are feeling that imposter syndrome, you don't have to bash your head against a wall like I do. Actually, no, I don't do that all the time. I'm exaggerating, of course. Take time away. Find other things that you enjoy. Make sure not everything is doom and gloom, right? So go watch a show. Maybe, I don't know, pick up a new skill. Remind yourself. Actually, I think one thing about learning new skills is that it can remind you of how experienced you are in that other skill that you have managed to achieve things in. For example, when I'm playing freaking... Hang on. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm pulling it out as an example, but like freaking playing guitar, right? So I'm very much a beginner at playing guitar. And then like, how do I put this? So like the concepts and the knowledge to it are still kind of fresh and slightly foreign to me. But then when I get back to illustrating and then I see how much I'm able to identify when looking at someone else's art piece, it reminds me, hey, I have learned a lot. I do know a lot. And I did work for how many years to get here. You know, I think that's one nice thing about learning new skills also. It can, because the feeling of not being good at something is healthy, even if it sucks and feels like shit. Because it reminds you of where you're at in other places too. Also, let me put down the guitar. Excuse me. Excuse me, guitar. Oh dear. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I'm putting it down as gently as I can. Okay. Oof. Sorry, my boob slapped the microphone. Anyway. Going back. But yeah, take time away from it. Even if it's not with the goal of reminding yourself of where you're at. If it's just to enjoy and not make yourself feel not miserable, then do that. And then let me see. I bet you guys didn't even hear anything, you fools. I forget the name of it, but there's a thing where you don't realize you have room to improve. So self-criticism is a good so long as it doesn't discourage yourself so much you quit. Yes. Everything in moderation is good, right? Self-criticism, self-encouragement, everything in moderation. So, you know, don't try to... Sorry, when you feel like you're going a little overboard with your self-criticism, remember, you are the master of your own mind. You can take a step back. You can say, hey, wait, okay, let's stop this for a moment. You know? Like, I shouldn't be so mean to myself. Why am I doing that? So I'm gonna go watch a TV show and take my mind off of things for a bit. Yeah. And then I didn't even hear them slap the microphone. Well, to be fair, my mic can be easily moved, so it's more like it shoved my microphone a bit. So yeah. Let me see. Is there anything else? Imposter syndrome, huh? Give it time. Give it time and practice. Everything, time heals all. My brain be like, no, you're not mean. Oh my god. My biggest problem is I don't believe I should ask for help. I believe people should offer to help freely. So then I wind up doing too much myself and burning out. Expectations of others. While I do think to a certain degree you can expect some people to help you, especially people who know you, I personally operate on the belief that you shouldn't always expect people to offer help, even if they care about you. I think, especially as I've gotten older, I think it's healthiest to ask for help when you feel like you want it or need it. Even if you don't need it, if you just want it, like, because it makes you feel appreciated. Because, like, you know, people have a lot of things going on in their lives, right? Or heck, even if there isn't a lot of stuff going on in their lives, maybe they're just not thinking about it. And it's not just because they don't care about it. It's just because, you know, everybody has their own stream of consciousness. And it's not like we're always running in their mind, right? So, it's important to balance out yourself. Like, don't do everything yourself waiting for someone to come save you or help you. You know, ask them, like, hey, help me with this task over here, please. You know? You said the same thing my wife did, but it's hard to change 3 years of established behavior. Well, it's never too late. I guess it's also a matter of, is it important to you? Like, is it important? Like, are you burning out so much to the point where you're like, I need to change this, like, now? Like, it's actively ruining me. Like, are you at that point yet? Because if you're not at that point yet, you might not feel that need or want to change it. Like, let me see. There are a lot of people out there who may not feel the want or need to change anything because, well, they're getting by. And it's not a looming thing. So it's not really something that they're actively thinking about. But, again, it's just a matter of priorities. Like, you could have a bunch of other things going on in your life that are demanding time and attention from you, and that's not to fault you. Like, you know, everyone takes everything at their own pace, right? Like, I have a bunch of things I need to work on of myself as a person, but I end up spending my time on work instead, and then kind of like sending things to the other side. And sometimes I feel bad about it, sometimes I don't, you know? Yeah. You can't expect other people to read your mind. If you want them to know when you need help, you need to let them know. I feel like, for me personally, I have been that person for quite a while, actually. Hey, if you care about me, why aren't you helping me out here? Can't you clearly see that I'm struggling? Or can't you clearly see that I've got so much on my hands right now? And like from friends and family and stuff. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what? Fine, yeah, I do need to ask for help, even if it makes me a little angry that no one's offering me help. Because yeah, I was actually really upset about it for a while. I'm like, why do I have to ask for you for help or something? But then I realized, like, over time, like, you know what? This isn't so bad. And also, aside from like that, it's also kind of like now people are feeling like they're being relied upon and being asked for, and I think people being asked for makes them feel cared about too, and I guess also makes them feel a bit more human in a way. Like for example, oh boy, the ailing general, who, this is a pretty personal example, I guess, who expects everyone to be at her beck and call and always be helping her. Like, for the longest time, I felt like a maid instead of somebody that was supposed to be taken care of by her. And I also felt like a pet sometimes, and that made me feel very dehumanized. But then when it comes to asking for help, she doesn't like that. But during the times where she would ask for help, aside from not just from me, but from the other generals too, you know, they appreciated that, you know, because it was an exchange. A pet, and not in the good sense of pet. Is there a good sense of pet? Not the fun sense of pet, no. Let me see. There's also that thing that goes, if they are not willing enough to help, I'm just someone they don't care about anyway, and they don't care, which is a very bad mindset to have. Probably, question mark. Actually, wait, I think we've gone very far off topic. We were supposed to be answering about how to confront imposter syndrome. Well, to the both of you, both the person in chat and the person who submitted this, I'm sorry if I gave like what's it called? What's the name? What's the word? Unsolicited advice to the person in chat. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, both of you, I hope you'll be able to achieve it. And I am wishing you all the best. And like, whether you feel like things can or can't change, remember that your life is in your hands. And whatever it is you want to do, we're cheering you on, okay? My bad. No need to apologize. It's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's all right. Don't worry. This is an advice corner after all. And sorry, I'm kind of in the minds of just giving advice to people regardless. But yeah, we're cheering you on, guys. You can do it. We believe in you. Whatever will help you with your relationships with yourself, with others, we believe in you. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. All right, we have another submission. Why are they calling me Dear Agony Admyra? Why am I Agony? Excuse me. I should be like the awesome Admyra, or the astounding Admyra. Why Agony Admyra? Anyway, I've been in my job as an underling for a villain for a while now, and I feel like I've plateaued. No matter how many times I try and admittedly fail to stop the adventurers getting into the dungeon, I'm always passed up for promotion. I'm appearing in encounters next to rats. Rats! Not even dire rats, just the kind you get from a pet shop or your local sewer. So my question is, what am I doing wrong? How can I get to be big mid-boss like you? Huh? Mid-boss? Huh? No one said I was a mid-boss. Anyway, sincerely, totally not a goblin. I mean, if you want to become a mid-boss, you either have to build your physical strength, your dexterity, and your accuracy, or your magic. In my case, it was my magic. So, you're gonna have to pick a route and buff up your stats, buddy. You're gonna have to specialize. Or if you're next to the rats, you know, here's a big brain move that you can do. You can befriend all those rats and become the rat king and make them do your bidding and make like a giant rat mecha and then become the big mid boss. Heck, you might even become the next boss. Who knows? Konnichiwa. こんばんは、マヨさん。配信いらっしゃい。この服どうですか？オフィス OL 衣装どうかな？みんなに少しなんだろう how do you say advice? アドバイスをあげているんですね。I'm going to choose magic so I can get tutoring from boss. Oh, tutoring from me? Oh, isn't that exciting? Well, just so you know, our system of leveling up is I have to hit you with my magic again and again and again until you learn it, like a blue mage. So have fun with that. Sounds like the plot of a movie, Vermintide? Rat King, not like the famous TNT villain with the same name. But rats make me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy. あらまあ、マヨさん、スパチャットありがとうございます。清楚？マヨさんってそんなに清楚な人なのですか？そうかな？どうかな？ But thank you, Mayo-san, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Approved living method, let's go. Bonk, 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 get upgrade. I volunteer magic through masochism, I approve. All the goons are masochists, huh? Admyra のみんなはド M みたいらしいね。どうしよう。これはいけないね。いけないな。次ですね。Oh, thank you for the submission. Let's move on to the next one. Has that really been 18 already? I guess it has. Because we're down to our last one, it seems. Dear Admyra, I must unburden myself from the shame. After a long, hard day of being a hardworking goon, I often go home and stare at that one picture of you in the black and gold bikini. Please forgive my sins, as I am but a lowly... Wait, this is an advice stream? Oh, please pretend you didn't see this. I may never be able to show my face in polite society again. I mean, pictures like that are meant to be admired, so... Don't worry about it, it's okay. I know that I am a bombastic, bon cute, bon wyvern after all, so... At least not bad goon! By the way, shout out again to Straight Pasta-san for drawing that illustration. Pasta-san, そのイラストを描いてくれて本当にありがとうございます。皆さんもその絵すごく好きらしいですね。好きみたいですね。Why are these pictures sticky? For real, if I were a VTuber and people were slobbering over art of me, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm on. It's in her name, phonetically, Admyra. True. Okay, so... Yes! Anyway, I think that's it for this advice corner, is it not? Do I want to open up more? What time is it? Oh wow, it's already 11:18. We spent quite a bit of time, huh? Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. We answered a lot of different things. Do you guys have any pressing questions you'd like to ask? If I open a Q&A section here, I don't know if you guys can see each other's questions, but I can see your names next to the questions, so up to you if you wanna have that still. Or I can answer just general questions here in public if you guys are, curious or lazy to just,
Oh, but thank you again kindly for all your responses. Because, like, you know, it's nice to see a bunch of responses. Very fun. Do I still have time to ask my question? Yeah. It was 9 plus 10, 21. I'm kidding. No, it's 19. Hi, my name's Jared. I'm 19 and I never learned how to read. Okay. Old vines that most of you probably... Actually, no, most of you would remember, huh? Nah, it's 21. I guess I can set up the Q&A for any of you who might wanna send questions. Send your last minute questions here. I can see your names, but IDK if you can see each other's. So please keep... Oh. Okay, I can't fill that in all the way, so... Alright. Oh, my desk disappeared. Oh dear. Anyway, y'all already did that for me, and TBH, it was nice to hear from you and chat on the subject. Sometimes we don't want to hear good advice from those closest to us for some dumb reason. I think... I'm like that too. For me, rather than I don't want to hear advice from people closest to me, I don't ask them because I feel like I'm being a burden. So, like, you know... Like, oh, this person has already listened to all my troubles. I don't want to burden with this anymore. And then there's also emotional weight. And then perception of like, oh, if I ask or say this, will the person that I'm speaking to think of me differently? You know, stuff like that. Wait, is that all the questions? Yeah, that was all the questions, man. We went through them all, I think. I'm refreshing the page. I don't see anything new. Yeah, that's it. My question to ask you is this: would you, in this community, possibly still like accept or welcome me, even though I have minor mental disability? You are welcome. You know, you seem like a respectable individual. As long as, you know, you obey the chat rules and remember to be mindful and respectful to each other. That's all that really matters, you know? It doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, as long as, you know, kindness is king. So that's what matters. And okay, we have 2 questions in the Q&A section. Can you guys see it? They're just trying to confirm. And oh, Fuji, how do I stop rewriting the same app every year? Isn't that just called updating it? I don't know. I never studied anything related to computer sciences. Have you tried turning it on and off again? I think that's an option, right? Make a new app. True. Make a new app to dunk all of your time and resources in. Can you guys see the other Q&A questions in the question section? Oh yes. By the way, speaking of the Q&A section, so this is a separate chat box from the main top chat. Okay, so if you're on mobile or if you're on browser, the chat box should have like next to either top chat or live chat section, a down arrow. So that's a drop down arrow. So if you tap on that, you will be given the options to cycle through top chat, live chat, questions, and then fan funding. So if you go to the questions section, that is the Q&A box. You can leave your questions there. And then once you're done leaving your questions there, you can go back to either top chat or live chat to chat normally. And I guess people can't see the rest of it. So sorry, you're trapped forever. Thank you for your sacrifice. I can turn it off. Thanks, I'm gonna do that right now. Oh my god. Okay. Peanuts, can you guys see this? Question mark? That was one of the questions. Could you guys see that? Let's see, what else do we have? How many gold stars have I earned, boss? Mods, how many gold stars has this person earned? Oh my god. Next question is, I realize this might be more of a local specialty question, but here goes. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood, but he could probably chuck wood. A woodchuck could probably chuck a lot of wood. Would he? Probably would. Yeah. What's your favorite D&D class to play? Ooh, that's a toughie. I have only ever played sorcerer, paladin a bit, I was a Sorkadin for a while. And what's the other stuff? I have also played as fighter. Wait, I like fighter battle master because I can do so much shit and make the DM mad at me. I like doing that. How do I stop building spaghetti in Factorio? What? That is an interesting question. I don't know. Let me see. Here you go. Yay, they got a star. 今のこれどうやって読めるのこれ。あ、待って。ちょっと待ってください。今の話早口言葉にできそうだな。にゃま麦にゃまごめにゃま卵。あ、待って、なぜにゃ。生麦生米生卵。生麦生米生卵。赤パジャマ青パジャマ金パジャマ。東京最後の早口言葉できないな。東京難しいんですねそれ。Don't worry, boss. I will, and thank you. I'm relieved to hear that. I mostly ask that because you never know about certain communities, you know, especially those who discriminate. Yeah. Here, I think I'm generally very welcoming. I may be an evil villainess, but I think, I don't know. I welcome a lot of people from all walks of life, so. Who plays Factorio? I want to be your friend! Look, you guys got a friend request from Fuji already. Do you guys play Factorio? He needs Factorio friends. I'm failing horribly at it right now, Fuji. It's expanding my brain. Cute. It's okay, you'll get the hang of it after 100 to 200 hours. Kim pajama? Huh? Oh, what does it say? 豪華だな。そうですね。豪華だな。Luxurious apparently is what 豪華 means. When will be the Wilk business? The Wilk cheese? Gotta get fish to play Factorio then. Factorio friends? Evil villainess but a lot of life experience. I don't... You know, I still feel like I have a lot to learn. There's so much in life I haven't experienced yet, but that's why I'm making it my goal to try and learn as much as I can. Because I do think that being the part of the evil overlords, you know, generals, and living a cozy life tucked away in the castle has been a very, very sheltered life, and there's a lot I don't know. So, you know, being here on my own on Earth, well, with the Sin girlies, of course, I'm learning a lot, and it's been very good. Hi, boss, こんばんは。ショートスカート、アディさんのエッチ。エッチって何それ。違うよ。さ、私さ、エッチじゃないよ。全然エッチじゃないんですけど、それになぜ私のスカートを見ているのねえ、ムームーさんのエッチ。Why are you looking at my skirt? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not lewd. You're lewd for looking there. Tisk tisk tisk. 私の目はこっちですけど、上なんですけど。下じゃなくて上です。You have it on display, so of course you look baka. もう少し我慢してくださいね。You gotta hold back a little bit. Tisk tisk tisk. I don't even look down there or up. You don't look anywhere. Hey, how's it going? Oh my lord. Welcome. Deacon. Welcome, Deacon. You almost got me again. But I'm good. I'm not a... Yeah, I mean, we're all goons here, right? So... Well, Addie, it was great to see you again, and I hope you and everyone have a great rest of your day. Take care, boss. And you take care, Dylan. Thank you very, very much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day. was this 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪 should name that top button Spider-Man for how it's hold. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let me see. What else do we have here in the question section? Is painting every mech or vehicle red makes them 3 times faster? Of course! That is unquestionable. You should never question that. Any red vehicle or mech is always going to be 3 times faster. And 3 times cooler. Do you have cheese on your table in case of... No, I do not have cheese. If you want me to get Parmesan cheese, I'll get it eventually. What is the next question here? Who would win a fight? A fully grown-up goon or a fully realized skylight? I don't know, man. They both seem pretty strong to me. I don't know. You'd probably have to get them to fight before I can say anything. Oh yeah, context for people who don't know. So a skylight is a mascot from another fandom, another VTuber fandom. They belong to a woman named Sky Senfort. So yeah, and then was this? Sometimes I like to put Parmesan cheese on my pizza. But what if a person is both? Then they have to fight themselves. If you had time to travel, where's the first place you'd like to visit? Japan. I want to go to Japan. I want to eat everything there. I want to go to Japan and see all the sights. And gosh, I know some people have gone recently and they brought me back a souvenir, but like, I want to go there myself. I want to experience. And like, you know, I don't want to go just to the city. I would love to go to like the other, gosh, what was it? Inaka? The not provinces, what do they call them? The more, well, I guess you can call them provinces, the provincial areas, question mark. And I would love to stay in a ryokan, like a traditional inn. That would be so beautiful. Yeah, prefectures, thank you. Oh my god, yeah, prefecture. Thank you guys. I forgot the word. Japan food tour, I would love that. Ryokan with a nice onsen. Oh, that would be so nice. Oh, I would love that. I would love that so much. どこに行きたいかな？日本にはわかんないな。I follow this channel that has a lot of like hidden gem food places in the different prefectures, and they all look amazing. And like I want to visit them all, man. I always wanted to go to Japan. 私もね、日本に行きたい。Boss Addie in an onsen. Ganban-yoku bedrock bath. それもいいですね。That would be nice too. I don't want to hit the big cities, but I want to visit rural Japan. Yeah. Wait, is Osaka considered rural Japan? Is it? No, it's not. There are other prefectures I saw videos from. I just don't remember where. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. Hang on. It's gonna sound really silly, but because of Ryuga Gotoku, the Yakuza series, I would love to visit like Dotonbori. And what's the other red light districts in Japan? I just want to walk around and see it, you know? That would be really nice. And then, oh, this is not... Is this a prefecture? But I also really want to visit, gosh. 名前覚えてないけど、その場所の挨拶はなんだっけOh my god, what was their greeting again? Hi Sai, Hi Tai, something like that. 名前はなんだっけ覚えてない What's the name of that place in Japan? Please be safe. I'll try. I mean, Japan is generally more safe than other places, I think. Visiting hot spring. 凝り固まった肩と腰を癒しに温泉巡りか。それはすごくいいと思いますね。私の腰いつも痛いんですからね。 ハイサイは沖縄やね。そう、沖縄に行きたいな。I wanna go to沖縄 someday. でも、普通の日本語、東京弁とすごく違って、もしかして、沖縄弁がわからないかもしれない。I might not be able to understand Okinawan if I go to Okinawa because it's very, very different from Japanese. So, yeah. I wonder what Japanese nightlife is like. I think was this. I mean, Fish has said this publicly also when we were at the performance. Fish has been in Japan, right? Maybe I should ask her what the nightlife is like. But I heard about like nanpa. Guys hitting you up or like trying to hire you, like being an agent or whatever. I don't want to deal with that. Champagne Tower, I don't have that kind of money for a host club. お金がないよ、私。お金が足りないよ。ホストクラブに行かない。お金がないから。普通に話す人もいると思うけど。あ、そうなんですか。じゃあ。いつか沖縄に行こうかな。Then, if there are people who speak there normally too, then I might as well visit. 英語を話せる人もいるかもしれないですね、沖縄に。There might also be people who speak English in Okinawa too. Work at a hostess club to afford it. Isn't that like a vicious cycle that actually exists there? I think it does. But I don't wanna. I don't wanna go to a host club. I get way too self-conscious, man. I don't know. Like, if ever, I would rather go to a hostess club and drink with the cute girls instead of guys. I don't know. And like, it's not even like I am not gay, but I think I would just enjoy the company of the girls there a little bit more. Okinawa English language works. Ah, okay. そうなんですか。And then what's this? 通訳雇うとかもありかもね。an interpreter. 通訳。Interesting. 社長さんに頼みましょうか。冗談ですけど。I was joking. Maybe I should ask Big Boss if he could interpret for me. それは冗談ですけどね。You seem like you'd go to the Muscle Girl bar. Oh, I want to go to the bar that Lily Pichu went to. There was like a bunch of pole dancer girls. I think they were in bunny suits. I would love to go there and then get the treatment that Lily got. Like the pole dancers, they made Lily lie down on the floor next to the pole and they like pole danced and like slid all the way down and then like landed really close to her. That was crazy. Because there's US based in Okinawa. Ah, そうなんですか。知らなかった。すごい。あれ Wait, what did YO-san say here? Copy, paste. 社長喋れるのか。知らないのですか YO-san。ヨエさんは、うちの会社の、社長さんは、日本人です。そう。our CEO, Big Boss Yoe, he's Japanese. Like legit, he's Japanese. And he's very fluent in it too. Yeah, my dad can get away with broken JP and mostly English in Okinawa. Oh, your dad's been there. That's cool. Sounds like it's time for a field trip. Damn, Addie, didn't know you were based like that. Good for Admyra's not gay. She says, I'm not. Like, I have questioned. Like, I've tried to question. Like, am I gay? Can I see myself doing that with another woman? And the answer is always no. Like, I can appreciate the female form. I can draw the female form sexy. But I can never imagine myself getting involved with a woman in that way. Or romantically. So, yeah. Is it gay or European? It's hard. Oh my god, I was not expecting that reference tonight. That's crazy. Well, hey, don't look at me. You see, they bring their boys up different in those fancy foreign ports. They let them play their sports in shiny shirts and tiny shorts. Gay or European? Sorry. Appreciation is different from attraction. True. The classic women are pretty problem. About Legally Blonde. I've actually never seen Legally Blonde, but I've heard that song so many times because people would make fan animatics to it. つまり社長とメンバー4人で沖縄 Vlog もありってことか。それは楽しいと思いますね。What Wayo-san said was, so you mean Prez and the four members of Sin should go have like a VTuber vlog in Okinawa or something. That reminds me. Boss did bring up the idea of like, you know how Connor brings around Iron Mouse on like either on his biking donathon stuff or like in a like Japan trip thing. I remember Boss bringing up that idea. That's something that we could all do, and I thought that would be very interesting also. そうね、社長さんもそのアイディアもあったんですよね。昔には社長さんはスマホを持ってて、そして東京に回って、そして私がそして他のメンバーと一緒にその動画を見ていると、そして少しコメンタリーYeah, we were thinking of doing something like that. I don't know how many of us would be joining that, but I would presume that most of us would. Yeah. Both the musical and the OG movie are lovely. I liked the OG movie more, and I feel like you'd cackle at Jennifer Coolidge's bit. The sequel is also nice. Okay, I'll check it out. Girls' night at a boys' cafe. I would do that. God, my friend Connie would love that. Connie loves women, like in all senses of the word. And I think she would love to go to someplace like that and also be treated well by pretty ladies. You can appreciate the form, hence works like the Venus de Milo or Michelangelo's David without being a gooner about it. The human body has been a source of inspiration for artists. True. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, did I guys ever tell you one time after hanging out with Connie, we were in the bathroom and I got changed. Like we had an activity where we had to get changed, so we had like individual changing rooms and stuff. And then I wore a crop top and she admitted that she was having a really hard time not going like and I found that really funny. Cause like, you know, I was like, you know, getting freshed up after changing, reapplying like my lipstick and stuff like that. And then when she came out, I was like, oh, Connie, like the big old turnaround. It's my huge chatas. Are you ready to get going? She didn't seem like it. She seemed cool and composed in the moment, but she admitted later on, she was like, Addie. Oh my gosh. By the way, so I met Ki-chan recently, right? She's so cute too, but like she's also so small. So small, so very, very cute. You know, one thing that I very much like am extremely always flattered by and always surprised to hear is that when I meet another VTuber, they tend to say that I'm pretty. And that always makes me very embarrassed. But I'm like, oh, thank you. Are you sure it's just not the height speaking? Am I just not intimidating? Did you get your legs bitten off? No, she was very sweet and also very funny. So, let me see. What? I forgot to check the questions. Where are we? But yeah, the question was, where would you like to travel? I said Japan. So yeah. And then next one, is it so bad to crave alone time? I'm Arrow Ace. So I feel weird when I hear people say they want somebody to be with and I just don't relate. I think that is totally okay and healthy. I think society has just put a very big and heavy importance or like emphasis on being in a relationship. I personally don't think you have to. I think it's perfectly great to be Arrow Ace. As long as you're happy with yourself, that's what matters. And like, hell, if you are fulfilled with your platonic relationships, like your friendships, your family, more power to you. And I think that's amazing. Yeah. And I don't think it is necessary to feel the depth of a romantic relationship. It's not the end all be all of everything, you know? There was a time where I was questioning if I was actually Arrow or Ace. Because like, how do I put this? Like, it felt like I was, what's the word? Felt like crazy pressure. And I'm like, God, I don't really think about that stuff. But I you know, thinking about it, like, maybe it's just because, yeah, society's blowing it out of proportion. I'm just normal. Like, I think I have developed, like, crushes and stuff and everything. And, had thoughts in the past, maybe. But yeah, perfectly fine with being Arrow Ace. We support our Arrow Ace friends. We support everybody, you know, under the LGBTQ+. It also gives you time to figure out who you are as a person, who you are and for time to grow as a person. Yes, exactly. I admit I have a relationship with the Earth, but it's just tectonic. Oh my god. Someone asked who was my first anime crush? That's hard. Oh my god. The first documentable answer I think I have, and I'm not kidding, it's very relevant right now. 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓼 from Persona 4. Oh my god. Also, pal, thank you for the booster chat. Thank you for answering. Arrow Ace answer. Absolutely no problem at all. You keep being you and be proud, okay? Nothing to be ashamed of. And what was it? But yeah, you're a Narukami. It's totally normal to not feel like you need a sexual partner. Yeah. And I think, you know, people should get more used to that idea. Like, it may be a bit foreign to some, but it's not too crazy to understand, you know? You has that wrist, so I get it. Pertoba. Wait, that's the wrong Persona. That's Persona 3 with the guns, you know? But yeah, Yu Narukami, I liked him a lot as a little wyvern. I thought he was really cool. So that's the first one I remember. Yeah. It wasn't my longest lasting or strongest anime crush though. Who earns that award? I forget. Maybe one of the Italia characters. Oh god. Who did I have a crush on for the longest time? I don't remember. Anyway. Artorias. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's a crush. I don't think it's really a crush. It's more just like, you know, as of late, I don't really have crushes. I have characters that I'll thirst after, but like, it's not really like a persistent crush or anything. Was it Germany? No, I did not have a crush on Germany. Oh my god, out of context, it's gonna sound so weird. Like, someone's gonna walk into the stream and they're gonna be like, why did she say that she didn't have a crush on Germany? The country? What is she talking about? She wants to be crushed, huh? Italia tracks? Yeah. Okay, the list of characters that I liked from Italia were Italy, America, UK, South Italy. Who else did I like? Did I ever have a crush on Russia? I don't think I did. But like those... Oh, Spain! Spain was hot. But yeah. My first crush was Kelly from Saved by the Bell. Is that like a show from like either Nickelodeon, like the live action ones? I know the name of this I was about to say stream. Oh my god, of the show, but I don't know the show itself. UK, let's go. Oh my god. Ay. Let me see. And I was that type of fan to go onto the who would like you quiz or who would date you quiz, and then it's like a pick your own adventure story, and depending on your answers you get like an ending story of sorts afterwards. Yeah. No love for Russia, SMH vodka. And his steel metal pipes, those are always fun. Saved by the Bell, damn, that's old 90s if I recall. I see. Do I have other crushes aside from anime crushes? I like Leonardo from TMNT. When I was much younger, my first crush was Kimberly from Power Rangers. Wow, I feel like I'm the only one who has the crazy crushes. Maybe when they say that women are monster fuckers, it goes, oh wait, sorry. Anyway. Anyway. Moving on. My anime crush is Lynn from Fire Emblem. Good taste. Lynn is pretty. Who else did I like? Anime crushes? I can't remember any. What other phases did I have? I didn't really have that many, now that I think about it. After getting into Italian and getting out of Italia, I watched a bunch of shoujo shows, but I never had crushes on the love interests. They never really interested me much. Yeah, women have the weirdest hear me outs. Except for that one evil cohort of mine. His hear him out was, oh my god, it was a dog cartoon character. I forget who, but it was crazy. That one hex girl from the Scooby-Doo movie. Oh, those hex girls, the one from the band, they're all very pretty. Some of mine are Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean. Who's Calypso? Oh my god, whenever I hear the word Calypso, my dad bought this Calypso. It's fucking banging. Sorry, Calypso, Pirates. Oh, pretty lady. Ooh. She looks very cool. Very strong. She looks like she could, like, pin me to a wall. Esmeralda, Raven, Fiona from Shrek, and she go. You have a type. You have a type for strong women. And yet your title is Daddy Core. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. sorry. I don't mean to out you like that. Sorry. Oh my god. Yoko Littner from Gurren Lagann. She is meant to be very appealing. I'm just strong-willed and low-key chaotic women, I guess. I see. Calypso, strong, clever, and chaotic. She sets up explosive and it works. Ah. Shureku. Shureku. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. My first anime crush was Mizuho Kazami. Wait, hang on. Who is this? Oh, I've seen this lady. I've never watched the anime. Oh, it's the Please Teacher. Oh, she's hot though. I've seen pictures of her. She's hot. If I were gay, she's a big massive wood. Let me see. My name is an inside joke, and some people do voluntarily call me Daddy. Even after knowing the context, plus I'm a down-leaning switch, which means I mean what? I see. Up dog for real. Lola Bunny also good taste. She is also hot too. You have great taste. Even my wife gets it. Oh my god. The one that gave us all the furry awakening, Lola Bunny. Are there any furry characters that I particularly like? You know, none that directly come to mind, but I remember as I got older and started noticing furries and scalies and all that stuff more, there is this one shark mascot for a brand of Australian flip-flops or thongs, as the Australians call them. I think the brand name... What was the brand name? I think it's Australian. I'm not really sure. Or is it called Maui, which would be Hawaiian? But anyway, their mascot is a shark, and he's extremely ripped in this tiny ass tank top. And like, damn, there's one thirsty furry that got hired at this company and made one sick mascot, you know? Yeah. Lola had no business being so hot in a children's movie, true. There's a huge statue of him at the... You know who I'm talking about! Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait, what's his name? It's like, wait, Maui brand... flip-flops. Is it this guy? Shark mascot. I can't find him! Oh my god, flip-flop shark mascot. Oh my god, does he not exist outside of the Philippines? Oh my god, what the hell? Yeah, the guy with the sunglasses. I know. I just don't know his name. Do you know his name? We need to find him. We need to show the rest of the world. This This buff beefcake himbo of a shark. Oh my god. Yeah, the surfboard. It's the exact shark you're describing. There's also a statue of him in the US. Fuck! Who is this shark? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. I'm actually gonna lose it. The only shark people I remember from Shark Attack. There's that too, but like who is he? Oh my god. I don't think his name is actually Maui. I can't. Hang on. Flip-flop shark mascot. Let's search like Mall of Asia. He's not here. He's not here. There's freaking My Little Pony on this search page, but there's no shark guy. Ugh. Shark boy, lava girl. Shark man from Maui and Sons. Hang on. Shark man, Maui and Sons. It's him! I think it's him! Oh my god! Is that him? Yeah, I think that's him. Holy. Do I want to bring this? Am I allowed to bring this up on stream? Wait, yeah, let me see if there's like a statue of him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this the right one? I think this is the right one. Why is this waist so tiny so that other sharks can grab it? What a... the street sharks, the statue? Hang on, let me save this. I don't know where this is from. I hope I can use this. But it's this guy. Oh my god. Hang on. Fit the screen. There. This is... You see that? You see that absolute beefcake? This is crazy. You see this, right? Oh my lord. I knew it. So yeah, this... Yeah. Skinny legend. Dude's using roids. Oh wait, I know, right? We all have to have seen him at least once. Is he single? I guess so. You're free to squeeze those biceps as much as you want, guys, or ride his surfboard if you want. Bro is yoked. Reminds me of Street Sharks cartoon. Oh, boss, do you know about Street Sharks? No, I do not. I will probably look that up later. Also, why is my eye stinging? Owie. Anyway, okay. He skipped leg day. Unfortunately so, but like, there's muscles there. It's not completely empty. And I'm gonna remove that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll ride a surfboard. All right, let's go. Love that for you, Fuji. Love that for you. Oh my god. Jaws, good day. God damn. I think that's it for questions, no? I can't think of anything else to say or answer. It seems like my throat's doing a little bit better. Maybe I just needed some warming up. Hopefully tomorrow, though, it's not as raspy. I do hope that I will be fully recovered in time for Off-Kai. Off-Kai is literally this weekend, and holy shit, I am kind of half dreading just because I'm tired. Half dreading because I'm gonna have to wake up at 3 and 5 a.m. over the weekend. So that's not fun. And then I also have other obligations as well on the weekend. So yeah, it's gonna be a rough weekend, and hopefully I don't get sick from waking up so early. We'll see. Yeah, excited to go to Off-Kai. I hope to see some of you guys at Off-Kai if you're going. Feel free to stop by. I think my meet and greets, so the first day of Off-Kai, I'm at like the end of the schedule, and then actually wait, hang on, I think I forgot to retweet stuff from the official Aegis-Link account because I've been so overwhelmed. You know that decision paralysis stuff when there's so much going on, you don't know what to do? Yeah, that's been me the past week or so, and I've been really overwhelmed. So I'm gonna retweet this, the timetable. And I'm gonna save this so I can show it on stream. So I can show it to you guys. Also, oh my god, why am I hungry? I ate a lot. Why am I hungry? Anyway, here. Ah! Transform! Transform! Fit the screen. Dekasugi. Anyway, oh wait, I know I can do this. let me... Yoink. Is that enough? Is that enough? Anyway, so this time zone is PST, whatever that means in American time zones. So the first day, I will be available around 4:30 p.m. ish, right after Reisan. So as you can see, there's also here. Let me show you guys the rest of the cast, who will be joining us. So Requiem, not the user, but the group of. How do I make this bigger? どうしよう. So you can see it, right? Some familiar faces. Hang on. Let me get a proper list of people. Hang on. Because I might be misremembering names. I know that Pina, Shiki, and hang on, Nia, and sorry, the names sometimes escape me. I apologize. But I know that I've seen all of these ladies before. Requiem, not to be confused with me. I know all these faces. I will not be there. Aw. Yeah. And yes, she is also there. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. So then we also have Lan. You know, the Aegis-Link girlies will all be there. Lan is on the second day, along with Fiona and Rina Asteria. And then Shi Icho, Juna Unagi, the amazing eel, Blair Laborie. And then we have Oshifuri Iku, Ibuki Meno, and Tokimori Aoi-san. Oh, did you guys know? Did I ever tell you guys that one of the other VTubers that I watched early on was actually Tokimori Aoi? I used to watch a lot of her karaoke streams, but then I started watching VTuber streams less. But I admire her singing a lot. I admire everyone who was in Prism Project a lot. They're all very amazing singers. Okay, now let's move over to the other side. Yoi. And then... Yoi. I will also be available on the second day. We also have Bossy Moon with us. And then we have members of Catalyst. I know Mocha... unfortunately, I'm not super familiar with the other members of Catalyst. Hang on. Hang on. Do we have a name list here? Unto. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Hang on. Mate. Aya Yura is also on the first day. And then... Am I getting this right? Is this the right person? I think this is the right person. Sophia, Yukiko Yasashi, and... Yeah. Yeah, you get it, right? Anyway, so that's everybody. You can find this on both my Twitter page and on the official Aegis-Link page as well. Yeah, it's a lot of familiar faces, right? So please, zehi minasama ni ai ni kite kudasai ne. Please come see us, all of us, at our meet and greets. I would love it if you guys could come by, because I like seeing what you guys have to show me, like what you've been doing at the con and stuff like that. And also just, okay, this might sound really weird, kind of creepy, but I think interacting with people, especially across the screen, is super cute. You are all so adorable. Oh, did I ever tell you guys at one of my previous meet and greets with Aegis-Link at one of the early conventions we were at, there was a kid who came up to my meet and greet screen and they were so cute. And their mom was with them. And then like they came up to the microphone and they're like, hi. They're so cute. Oh, I love kids. Kids are adorable. But yeah. Does one need to sign up for them? You know what? I think we do. I think you guys do. Hang on. So the post that I made, the quote retweet. The retweet. So with the timetable, underneath that, you can have the Google Docs form to sign up for it. And yeah, you can sign up for the meet and greets there. I know it's really up close, and I know that the post only came up recently. I'm sorry that it's, you know, I'm not the one who made it, but again, I'm sorry that it came up so late. But if you guys can and find the time, please do sign up for meet and greets. Especially in particular for Rei-san, just because she has been really wanting to interact with the foreign audience, and you know, everybody in Aegis-Link and with our different connections have worked hard to get her in. So it would mean a lot if you guys could, you know, come see her. She's very sweet and lovely. And then VTubers I know are She, Fiona, Rina, Mocha, May, Fish, Nan, and you. Cass, me? You know me? That's crazy. Let me see. She's having maternal what? They didn't call you mommy, did they? No, they were like a literal small child. If they have their own mother with them, they do not need to call me mommy. Oh my god. But maternal instincts, wow. I personally don't think I would ever really want to have kids, just because I don't think I would make a good parent. But I like kids a lot. Like, they're adorable. And, you know, even though they can be a bit cruel sometimes, they're also really funny. So, I don't know. Kids are nice. Anyone's kids? Oh my god! I already have my hands full taking care of you guys. SMH, my head. You Admyrers are wearing diapers for a reason. Oh my god. Of course, I know you. You're on the list of meet and greets of Kai. Whoa, that's crazy. I don't know. You've been a good boss to us. Being a mom can't be too much hard. What the hell? What the hell? What the helly? The eggs are diapers. I'm great with you. Oh my gosh. Anyhow. Let me see. Do we have any last minute questions? None. So I will close up the Q&A now, guys. Thank you all very, very much for your submissions. This was fun. And if you guys really did enjoy this enough, I will consider making this a regular thing. Also, wait, hang on. A brain worm came up. I'm gonna check my marshmallows. I'll probably answer the rest of these like offline on Twitter. Is there anything interesting here? Anything saucy? I'm kidding. Wait, hang on. This one is pretty important because it's relevant to Off-Kai. So this Maro asked, please tell me merch will be made available to buy after. I really need your merch. So sad I couldn't make it to Off-Kai this year. So for Off-Kai merch, I think it's Off-Kai exclusive. I will confirm with management again. But we've got some stuff that I think you can only get at Off-Kai. As for the merchandise, the stuff that was up on Kawa Entertainment's website, that was just for our debut. So I don't think... I think maybe like posters might be available. I'm not sure. But, you know, if you guys can rally up enough interest for people to order again, who knows? Maybe we could do a rerun. But don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Did they mention when we will get to know if we got the slot for meet and greet? No. Unfortunately, I don't really know much about the process related to, although I may be the boss of Sin, I'm not the boss of Aegis-Link. So like for logistics and for communication between fans submitting the forms for the signups and Off-Kai stuff, I don't know a whole lot. I'm sorry. I only really know the stuff that I'm involved in with, like, you know, panels or whatever. So yeah, Off-Kai exclusives, good idea. Well, it would be nice if you guys could come and get it, because how much can I say about it? Wait, hang on. How much has Aegis-Link even tweeted out about it? Okay, so you guys can get a free Uchiwa fan. So it's got our art on it. Hang on, let me save this so I can show you all. Oh my god, wait, there's a lot of stuff. Wait. Wait, oh my god. Hang on. So wait, oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't realize we do have other merch. Sorry, I've been really out of it. So first, let me show you this. So this is like the map, and this is where we'll be at, the industry exhibit hall. We're that big square booth over here at 103. And activities, you can So we've got an Oshi shrine. Boss worked pretty hard to figure this thing out. And there are some funny stories about it that I'm not sure if I can share. But, So there's gonna be a shrine, and you can get a free fortune. The Uchiwa fan has, yes, our art on it. And then you can play our crane game. And you can win a handkerchief. And I think... Hang on, give me a second. Let me see if I can... make this bigger so you guys can see it better. Okay, it's kind of pixelated, but you can... So these are some doodles that our lovely dear land made. And it's like all of us in like cute little onesies. Mine is like a little wyvern onesie. May's like a flower, you know. It's very, very cute. So that's some stuff, but that's not all. There's more. There's this stuff. Okay, so we have... Hang on. Let's start from the bottom. So we got the poster, which, by the way, the poster I think is still up on Kawa's website. The Shikishi board. So it's like a printed board with our signatures on it. So there's that, and then we have a sticker sheet. As you can see, my Addie Boogie and the chibi that I drew both of my stickers is available there. And then let me see. We have the keychains that were drawn by, hang on, brain is processing. They're also the ones responsible for the chibi art that we got for our Half Annie Maid Cafe music video as well. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I forgot your name, but your art's amazing. Was it Lune? I forgot, but I love their art. So there's that, and then hang on. This is pretty massive W, I would say. So here, these standees are illustrated by our art mamas. So yes, mine is drawn by 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓼. And I think I have a funny story. I can share about this. Hang on, wait. Okay, so I'm gonna crop it to mine real quick. So while I tell the story, before my phone's battery runs out, and then I can't show you guys myself anymore. Oh my god. So, okay. So, Shacho-san, Big Boss Yoe, involved us in the process of making our standee. So he asked me questions of like, you know, how do you want your standee to be made? And 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓼, like I gave it like a general idea of what I wanted to see, what was a good pose. I was thinking like, oh, something like reaching out to the viewer, like, come join the dark side. We have cookies or whatever. And I thought that would be cool. So 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓼 came back to us with 2 sketches. One was this pose, basically. The other one was kind of sexy. Was kind of like, whoo. And I thought that personally for me being more boisterous fit me a bit better. So which is why I went with this pose. But then like the rest of like staff and talent saw the other ones. They're like, why didn't you go with this one? You know, and they were like, oh, well, not actually. I'm exaggerating, you know, but it's always so funny to me how much they love my sexiness. It's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know. And I'm just kind of like standing there like, Oh my god. Oh, the Goon recruitment poster? Where? Other one goes on the ducky. It comes natural. Well, I guess with the bodacious body and an illustrator like 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓼, it's bound to happen, right? So, yeah. Yo, what is going on in Aegis? I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel like I might be the normal one. I'm kidding. When you dress like this, it's hard not to see. Yeah, that's true. Can we see the rest of the standees? Oh yeah, here, let me uncrop it for you. That's Non. That's me. That's Fish. There we go. There you go. Okay, so yeah, so Kamameshi's Gogo Sensei for Fish. What's the name of May's illustrator again? Hang on, let me go double check. Where is it? Is that right? WyvernhART? Is it 𝓤𝓚𝓼? I think it's 𝓤𝓚𝓼. I think so, yeah. Why does that name sound so familiar to me? I'm gonna have to check later. Anyway, so 𝓤𝓚𝓼, and then Lan's is... I'm sorry, what's the name of Lan's illustrator again? 𝓚𝓚𝓼 sensei. So yeah. So those illustrators illustrated each of their, boss. There's no way you're normal. Huh? Okay, fine. Normal at least in regards to how I view myself, Like like I don't know, I feel like in a way maybe it's just my presence that makes everybody a goon. I don't know. But to be fair, actually no, maybe Boss Yo is the most normal person actually. You know what? Yeah, it's no contest. Big Boss is the most normal person because he's also the one who's like, oh yeah, we can't have something too sexy for the stuff. And he's like, yeah, let's just go with this one. I'm trying to imitate him. Sorry, excuse me. I hope he doesn't see this. Okay. Is the other design saved for later merch? That I don't think so, but if you're the normal one, I don't want to know what's happening with others. Watching these standees makes me realize how much skin Boss shows compared to the others. True. I show a lot of skin, a lot of leg, and a lot of vavavoom cleavage. So, yeah, the level-headed one being the battle wyvern is fun. Okay, question: between the Sin girlies, who do you think is the most level-headed among the four of us? Is it me, Lan, May, or Fish? What do you think? Huh? Either most level-headed or most normal. That'll be my last question to all of you before... Oh my god, it's Fish! It's me. W Fish. None of the above. Fish, it's over. They said none of the above. We're all screwed. Depends on the situation. Between you and Lan? ... Clearly, it's the chat. You're the most level-headed unless it involves knights or mechs. Fair. If you think about it, everyone just levels out one another. Okay, I can see that. Not Fish, probably Lan. You're kidding me. You guys say you're scared of her. Like, isn't she gonna, like, chop you up and eat you or something? What the fuck? It's me! Any other answer is wrong! Oh dear, fishy wishy. It's okay. Don't worry. In an ocean as big as this, which is the four of us, there's no use in comparing each other. There's no way it's Lan. What the fuck? Okay, I would say Fish. Real? Lan would never eat us. Cannibalism isn't very cash money, and Lan is all about the bag. Stop mocking. I'm not mocking you! I'm trying to read it in your voice. Because your voice is very, very cute. If I were trying to mock you, I would go way more hammy. Do you want me to go way more hammy? Do you want me to? I can show you. For real, Fish is level-headed. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. We have our answer, guys. W Fish. Please, me, Addie, Lan, May. Real? You'd put May last? Real? That's crazy. Do it. Sorry, Miss Fish. It would be you, but the 𝓚𝓚𝓼 is holding you back. It's a draw between you and Fish. That's interesting. That's very interesting. You put May last, Fish? That's crazy.
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a womb. I want a womb. I want a womb full of rats. And rats made me crazy.
Fish is bullyable. Oh no, Fish, when you're not at the helm of the... Actually, no, even maybe if you're at the helm of the stream, you're getting bullied. Oh no. Bullying is bad, guys. Don't do it. Oh my god. There's someone level-headed among them? I don't get bullied. And what do you call this right now? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I am the bully.
Okay. All right. Yes, fish, you're the big scary fish. Don't worry. So cute. Even when it's her own chat, she gets atomized by bullying. Real? Maybe we're gonna have to sit and watch a little bit more then, because I haven't really seen that yet, to be honest. Ay, ay, ay. Excuse me. My throat doing a heck. Okay, let me see. Any last minute questions, clarifications, violent reactions, or requests? Otherwise, let's wrap up and move on to raiding into somebody else. Fish bullies and blinds us with her bald head. Fish, do you actually have a bald toggle? I've never seen it. Pat the fish there. Pat. It's okay, fish. Pat. The ... Oh no, not the ... Thanks for the stream, Addie, and thank you for being here. I'm not bald? I mean, I know you're not bald, but do you have, can you remove your hair? Well, it's okay. We know that fish is not bald, and all of her fins and scales should be intact and are non-removable. So let's leave it at that. Okay. But you could be bald. Oh my god, guys. All right. Let's leave it there. So let me see. What's my schedule for tomorrow? Oh, what scales? I mean, you're a trigger fish, right? Do you not have scales? Should I check? I'm kidding. Where is my schedule thingy doohickey? Blah, 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 blah. So tomorrow, aside from a meeting I have, Night Rain, same time, 9 p.m. till 11 p.m. So same time as today. Please carry me. I'm getting eepy. I'm not standing for this. Well, you can sit down, Missy. Oh my gosh, boss stuff saying keeps bullying. I'm sorry, she's just so cute. I can't help it. When I oh my gosh, oh goodness gracious, what is that? When I see a cutie as cute as you, fish, I can't help it. I'm so sorry. Have you tried being not so cute? Let me see. Is there anything else I want to say? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, hang on. I think there's something I have to reach over here. What's that? Oh yeah, hang on. Let me just grab the rest of my schedule. Ugh. It's so high up. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Okay, there we go. I managed to get it. Okay. So, wait, no, I already read you the rest of the schedule, right? Yeah. Okay, I read you. I read you the rest of the schedule, so I don't really have to go over it again. Okay. So, what's Addie? I will see you tomorrow, right? At the what's it called? The Night Rain thing. And even if you can't play, I'm on PC, by the way, because I know that there's no cross-platform. You can always sit and watch me cry. Well, not actually cry, but you get it, right? The most powerful in Aegis-Link? Powerful? What are you talking about? Powerful? Hang on, there's a fly. There's a fly. Gosh, God. Sorry, hang on. Hang on. It's really close to your head. Give me a second. Oh gosh. Come on, let me. There you go. Okay. Sorry, I had to smack your head, but it's okay. I squashed the fly. It's all good now. It's all good. The bouncing is lagging your phone. That's crazy. Oh my god! We got some chat to break. Mommy? Oh my god, none of you have ever really called me that, directly. That's crazy. Arigataya. She slapped your butt. Mommy, I'm sorry. Mommy? Close call, the fly could have invaded me. I know, right? So glad I managed to save you back there. So, as a way to show me thanks, you better be here again tomorrow, okay? I need more power, certain greater man. So yeah, that's it. Just one stream tomorrow because I was resting my voice earlier the rest of the week. And those are some big milk no, wilk jugs, silly. Wilk jugs. The wilk doesn't come from nowhere. It doesn't come from the valley. It comes from the mountains, guys. Pay attention, boys. I'm not sure, so I'm not into Mother's TBH. Holy shit. Oh my god. Sorry, that was really funny. Anyway, I have a craving to order a lot of coffee for some reason. Can I get some coffee with a side of wilk, please? I mean, wilk. I mean, wilk. I mean, sorry, mommy. Sorry. Oh my god. But I hope that you, the girls, and the others have fun at Off-Kai this weekend. I am sure we will. And I hope you guys, if you're going, have a fun time at Off-Kai. And even if you're not going, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you guys again soon. And wait, hang on. Before I say goodbye, I got a raid. Who are we raiding? Who are we raiding? Redirect. Mulan-san, Aruri's playing, Rena's playing, Asahi-san, Kana. Ooh, big announcement from Kana. Mako Fukusame and Yoshika-san. I don't think I've raided into Kana in a while. I think I raided into Aruri recently. Hang on, let me check how long Kana's been live for. Bark, bark, bark. Why do we have dogs here? Excuse me, can we get these dogs on a leash, please? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Make sure to not leave your pets unattended. It's not good. I will not be supplying collars here. You better ball and chain yourselves, okay? Oh, only 23 minutes ago. Hell yeah, let's raid into Kana. So Kana Yanagi, remember to be kind, courteous, and oh, hang on, YT Borg, did you send this just now? Thank you very much for the gifted membership. Please thank them if you received one. Thank you, YT Borg. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, got sniped. Thank you for the gift. That's good. That's good. Don't threaten me with a good time. Let's go? Question mark. They're barking because of you showing your cans. What cans? There are no cans here. Anyway, so what's the Addie? Remember to be kind, courteous, and on topic. You only need to say Addie raid once, and you only need to mention us if the streamer asks. Otherwise, please just pay attention to Kana, okay? Alright. And let me see. Until I see you next time, adieu. Bye-bye. Ugh.